Welcome to the fucking show.
What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? Welcome to Wolfpack Wednesdays, episode 48. Yes, just 2 away from 50. We got a lot of fun planned for the end of the month. Some fun guests coming up as well. So stay tuned for that. If you are here in the chat, please let us know you're here and that you're watching. Say hi to the panel. I want to apologize for the countdown intro. It is out of date. I need to update. We have some new channel members on there, so I apologize. I'll have that up next week. I thought about it today, and then I ran out of time, so shame on me. But we'll get that all sorted out, so don't worry about that. Before we get into the chat and say hello to each and every one of you, I want to say hello to my beautiful panel of Wolfpack members who are here each and every week to talk about this hobby that we love and share it with you guys. So I want to start with Sneaker here, because I know was it last week? Yes, last week Sneaker had some gaps, some big gaps of not speaking. I want to get him going early tonight. So Sneaker, how are you? What's going on? What's new?
I'm good, man. Not much new. Really not much new, to be honest, since last week. Excited to talk about some figures that have been creating a lot of buzz in the community, lots of different opinions going around about the stuff we're going to talk about. So excited to get into the show, excited for the weekend coming up. Always great to have a Wednesday because it was a long day today, and I'm ready to talk about some figures.
Yeah, it's a nice break for us to just midweek have like the boys hanging out here tonight. And if there's any females in the chat, that's always welcome. But like us on the panel, it's just fun to have. Yeah, we're throwing that too sweet up. Don't forget about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the other thing too is we're going to obviously talk about this Anakin Skywalker. And I know he's been talked about since Friday, but we haven't given our thoughts, and maybe we'll throw a new wrinkle in there and maybe not. I don't know, but it'll be fun. So that's what we know for sure. Brick is mustacheless. There are no more free mustache rides. It's just Brick and the cool haircut. What's going on, sir?
Oh man, nothing much. Like you said, got rid of the stash. Everybody seems a little shocked about that, so I got to bring it back. It's going to come in thicker.
Sad.
Okay, because I'm still
Sad.
growing.
Disappointed is the word I'd use. But
Disappointed. There we go. Yeah, a lot of good figures to talk about. I can't help but notice Sneaker's carnage there, how massive it is, and that
very bright.
Oh, pause.
yeah,
Kinda
looks-
see him right
looks
here.
really
Pause,
good.
bro. Pause, bro.
Pause. But yeah, just excited to talk, man. A lot of stuff this week, and excited to be honest about some things.
Ooh.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice. And last but surely not least, we have the man in black, DLO The Collector, joining us. I'm DLO The Collector. I like it.
Yeah, I am. Hello, boys and girls. Good to see everybody again. It is Wolfpack Wednesday. I definitely needed this Wednesday. It has been a hell of a week. And I don't know if anybody else is watching X-Men 97 like I am, but I have been emotionally wrecked all day. So no spoilers. But if anybody is not watching X-Men 97 at this point, you are completely missing out. That absolutely needs to be on your watch list for sure at this point. Also, I want to give a platonic too sweet to all the ladies that might be watching. Too sweet to you, gals.
Too sweet.
Okay. and I'm totally excited about today's show. Riz Walker, let's go.
All right. Very well said.
Thank you.
My friend. Thank you for being here and just being yourself. Yeah, so let's say hi to the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way in. It sure does help the channel out a lot. We have Doc Bat in the house. What's up, my good people? We got Luke Christian joining us tonight, too. Let's go. Joey says, my body is ready, and he is ready to take flight with
Love
us.
that fishing video, by the way, that he did. Some bass fishing.
Oh, I
Found
gotta
himself
watch
a big
that.
old catfish. That's good.
Interesting. Got Queso Blanco throwing the 2 sweet up. 2 sweet to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Luke says, I had a win this morning. My InArt Pennywise head sculpt was loose in the capsule, causing paint damage. Been chasing the seller for 2 months. Messaged InArt on Facebook, and they're replacing it for me. Hey, well done, Luke, staying with it, and well done, InArt, to fix the problem, even though technically I guess they didn't have to. Interesting. Leave that seller some negative feedback, by the way. We got Christian Cooper. What up, Wolfpack, and everyone in the chat? Christian, let us know. Did you purchase the Bad Batch group on Facebook today? Was that you,
bro? I gave you the tag, gave you the swing. I hope you got it.
I think he was looking for Wrecker as well. So it was like
at that point,
might have been him.
Might as well,
you know,
and then sell the other 2, and there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one Adam 12, a channel member in the house. Wolfpack time, let's go. X-Men says, yeah, y'all X-Men F me up today. Real good. You got real good. Says, anybody who hasn't seen the latest episode of 97, damn.
Did you guys hear that at the end of the first season, they're supposed to all have different outfits?
What, from X-Men?
I haven't heard anything
of the
about
first
this,
season. It's just
That's
a thing.
all you're worried about right now, dude.
No.
Watch
So
the
I'm getting to it.
episode.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it.
Just stop talking about it.
So do you think that's how like Wolverine has long sleeves in Deadpool? Like it somehow connects, and that's like the one from '97? No, maybe.
I mean, we'll see. I haven't really thought about it much. I'll be
I
honest.
just thought
with you,
about
Rick.
that when I saw that. I was like, oh, that's cool. Okay. See.
Are you watching it right
Some
now?
viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Just in
No,
case.
but I
Gotta
but I
watch
need to. I really do because
Got
I've
to.
always liked X-Men, so I need to watch it. But I've
Dude,
been trying
this
to watch.
show is like straight up a time capsule of when we were kids, and now they treat the audience like adults. It's amazing.
There's
It's absolutely amazing.
There's just been so much, man. Yeah. Amazon Prime, help me with that name. I've been watching it.
Invincible. Yes, another
Invincible,
great show.
thank you. I
Another
don't know
great
why
show for
not.
sure.
Yep. So I've been watching that and then catching up on some other stuff. So go ahead. Sorry, Graham.
No, Sneaker and I are just, it's over our heads right now.
And Fallout dropped today, which I'm looking forward
Yes,
to.
I'm gonna watch that
It
tomorrow.
Looks really good.
What's
Anything
that
Walter
on?
Goggins is
What
usually
platform?
good. Amazon Prime. Yeah,
Dude, we're
video.
getting
Prime,
such
killing
good
it.
shows right now. The Boys are premiering in June. I mean, there's a lot of heat, man. I'm
Walter
excited.
Goggins underrated. Just like I know, like he's like people know he's a good actor, but it's just everything he's in is good.
For sure,
So I'm
man.
excited. If he's taking on Fallout, I like that gives me confidence. that
Yeah.
it's going to be a good show.
For sure.
For show. We got Hammer of God, Evening Wolfpack. One Adam 12 says he hasn't seen him yet, but will catch up. We got Tighter FL. Here we go. Born Again. What's up, Wolfpack? Thank you for tonight's show. Gotta ask straight fries or curly fries, ketchup or ranch. Straight fries for show. And I used to be a ketchup guy, but
Show.
the last few years I have really grown to love ranch. But I think with fries, I'm still gonna stick with ketchup. What about you guys?
Yeah, fries. I'm gonna
Okay.
stick with straight fries, and I'm gonna go with ketchup unless it's at Burger King. I'm gonna go with ranch and honey mustard.
Well done. Well done. DLO, how about you?
Very specific answer there, Brick. Okay.
Thank you.
But, I live my life a quarter mile at a time. So curly fries for me personally. And but I like to feel safe sometimes, so I go with ketchup.
Okay. And Sneaker. Sneaker's gonna say I don't eat fries, right?
No, I love fries, bro. I will destroy.
Where are these
some
fries from?
man.
They're not fast
Like
food,
I
are
can
they?
like
Yeah.
I don't know. So there's something about fries. Like I feel like I could just eat unlimited fries.
What type of potato is it from?
Red Robin, baby. Endless fries.
Yeah, straight fries. So it's really weird. I used to like eating stuff with ranch, and I do not like ranch anymore. I used to like in Michigan. Is it like this in Wisconsin too? I guess I don't know, but in Michigan, like people ate like ranch with their pizza a lot.
Oh,
Apparently,
man.
that's like something
I've
that's
started
not
doing
a,
that over the
I've
last,
had it
like,
before.
Especially frozen pizza
Yeah.
has to be with ranch.
in ranch. Apparently, there's
Now, if
like
you have a buffalo style chicken pizza.
yeah, that would go with ranch.
That's-
But, like no, people eat like just a pepperoni pizza with like it's like normal in Michigan ranch dressing to have that like
Mac-
dipping your
Same here.
pizza in it.
Same here.
So
Crazy.
I don't do that. Like I used to do that, but now I don't like ranch anymore. So I got to go fries, ketchup,
Harsh.
fries, ketchup.
I don't think.
So is it possible to have so much ranch you can't have it anymore? Like that's kind of how I feel.
That's how my body feels.
Yeah.
His body
Yeah,
wasn't
That's what I
ready.
turned into. I ate so much ranch as a kid.
Thanks for the question, Born Again. Appreciate you being here. We got Josh Johnson here as well. What's going on,
What's
my
up,
friend?
Josh?
He actually spelt Bucks wrong. I think he meant to put "Go Bucks Go." Big win last night against the Celtics. However, Giannis goes down.
Brewers are playing tonight, though, right? Or they did
Yeah.
at 6,
Could
I
be.
thought. I don't know. Still on.
Could be. We got Joven, Maiden. Howdy, y'all. Someone help me decide. I have an open spot to choose between the Hot Toys Moon Knight or original Black Suit Panther or the new Thor. It's really hard. It's really hard to tell somebody which one to go with when they're all
Black Panther.
different characters. I always just, I mean, it's kind of a cop out, but I always just say you got to go with the one that means the most to you. But
Black Panther.
I'm going to say Moon Knight because there's other Black Panthers that are cheap. There's other Thors that are super cheap. I'm just going to say Moon Knight, and that's just because of you can easily get other renditions of those other characters.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the highest desirable one out of the bunch there. I mean, kind of like Graham already said, right? Just kind of you can find a few other Black Panthers, a few other Thors if you really, really wanted to get another one of them there. But I think Moon Knight's it's a sweet figure, man. It's
Yeah, it is.
definitely like it definitely takes over your shelf. It's got so much presence to it there, and it's really built well. Like that cape, probably the best Hot Toys cape ever made, in my humble opinion. There, it really this elevates that figure even more. And when you get it lit up too, yeah, it's a great figure. You can't go wrong with Moon Knight. I agree with that.
If it's in a vacuum, though, I would pick Black Panther because that's the one I like the most. But yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
but I think Moon Knight's the chase here. How about you, Sneak?
Yeah, I would say Moon Knight, the best figure out of the bunch. I mean, we don't know about the new Thor figure as far as like having it yet, but
True.
between Black Panther, like I'm in the same boat. Black Panther, more desirable character for me. Actually just got this figure, original suit Black Panther, for a really good deal. My first deal of 2024, basically. But Moon Knight is, yeah, really, really awesome figure. I worry about the suit. I guess I don't worry about it too much, but it's definitely like you're gonna have to be careful with posing it. It reminds me of like a Spider-Man suit with the material. But Moon Knight, really cool. And I like this, like you can kind of see it on mine. I like the moon backdrop that like kind of goes up and down. Like you can move it on the flight pole depending on what height you want and how you want it to look in the background. That's kind of a cool piece. And yeah, everything you guys said about Moon Knight, great figure.
Brick, refresh me on what you were saying.
No, I mean, if you have a Black Panther or Thor, then definitely Moon Knight, because Moon Knight's one of a kind. But
Mhm.
if I were to choose for myself, I would choose Black Panther over the new Thor and Moon Knight. But Moon Knight as a TV show is just kind of okay. And I don't know if I'm just going to get a figure because it's a badass figure and an okay show.
Oh, we might talk about that a little bit later. So keep that in the back of your
Ooh.
minds.
Reserve that, boy.
Reserve that. Stay
Okay.
tuned. Wayne Timothy, good evening, fellow collectors. What's going on, my friend? We have another channel member here, Collection Obsession. Throwing up the 2. Sweet. To you, happy Wednesday. Batman Collectibles says, good evening. We're going to have some Batman stuff to talk about tonight, too, so stay tuned for that. X-Men says, damn, Graham, I'm in a hotel right now that intro music ain't got to be so loud. I apologize. Luke's still here. We got Big Breda. No guest today, huh? No, I thought we'd play it cool tonight. Just the 4 guys hanging out. We're gonna gear up for some guests later on in the month. Breda, if you wanna be a guest,
Get him back on, yeah.
If you just want to
let me
ask
know.
directly, just
don't be so
hit us
passive
up,
aggressive. Just hit me up. We got Darth Tamaris on. Howdy, everyone. Thank you for being here, sir. Commander Green, hey, Jedi Knights Watch. And crew, what's going on, Commander Green? Thank you for stopping in.
So, man.
The movie canon. Good evening, Wolfpack and fellow collectors. Good to see you, Gio. Thanks for being here. Breda says, can I share some insider info? Hot Toys in 106 days released 20 figures. InArt in 106 days did a thank you post and apologies for the delay of Batman.
damn, bro.
That's some good info. I appreciate that.
The more you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Service announcement by Big Breda. Thank you, Breda, for that.
And Joey says Brick is too cool for school now with losing the mustache.
Yeah.
We got How You Figure in the house. Did someone say Wolfpack Wednesdays? Someone did. You heard the howl and you came to see the show. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Oh, gosh. If you feel emotionally wrecked with X-Men, you should try 50 Shades of Grey.
Brick has seen 50 Shades of Grey.
No, I haven't. Never.
Sure. Didn't you have a special guest? No, move on. We'll move it on. We're not bringing that back.
I hate you.
Striker 47 is here. Good evening, everyone. Saw the beautiful Joker tease trailer. Hot Toys would be foolish this time not to give us artisan version of him and Lady Gaga, Harley Quinn. Really quickly, guys, did we all see it on the panel, the teaser trailer? We all watched it?
Indeed.
Yes. Really quick, we don't have to spend a lot of time on this. What are your thoughts? Are you intrigued? Are you excited? Does this look more like the same? Like, if maybe you love the first one, but does it look more like the same thing where it's like maybe a good first watch and then not much watchability after that? Do we think it's going to be a high-end musical? What are your thoughts? Anybody? Whoever talks first goes.
I went from thinking this movie was going to be complete trash because of it being a musical and a sequel to a fantastic movie, and I felt like they were just doing it to make money. That trailer looked so good. It had a good song. It sounds like there's going to be like 20 songs from like, you know, growing up in our generation that we're going to know very well. I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be really good. And I think music is going to be kind of his key to, you know, like fighting through, I don't know, depression or something, which, you know, a lot of people do. And I think it's going to be a very, very sad yet very great film. Just like
well said. Oh, you Sneaker? Are you excited for it or?
I'll watch it. I think it's going to probably be another depressing movie, to be honest. The first movie was, like I've talked about in the past, not a fun watch by any means. Right. And the whole week after I watched it, I was just thinking about what's wrong with society and how we need to do better, how we treat people. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm intrigued by the trailer. It's interesting. I know people are talking about, oh, it's a musical and whatnot, but it's looks like they're probably going to blend music with violence is what it's looking like in the movie, right? I'm intrigued at what are they going to do with the story, because the Joker's story is one that usually has some type of hero, right? So like, who's going to be like the Joker's villain, and where are they going with this, him being a character that we've seen in the past linked to obviously Batman? Like, what are they going to do with that? Story-wise, how is it going to evolve story-wise? Because we know the Joker from Batman, right? So I'm kind of interested to see where they take the story from here.
Do you know how is it like a year later? Is it directly after? 5 years later?
I don't know. It's got to be really shortly after, because like he's like imprisoned, right?
That's right.
So I would think it's got to be like really shortly after the first one. I don't know the time frame, but I would think it would pick up probably shortly after that.
How about you, DLO?
Undecided. I don't know what to think of it. I think the trailer looks really pretty, but I don't know if it's my jam. I'm not a musical person, so that's kind of a big turnoff for me, first and foremost. And I wasn't crazy about this Joker movie, the last one. It's like, it's good, but like Sneaker said, it's kind of depressing, so it was like a one and done for me.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's weird because Joker, like the part that makes Joker such a special character is that he doesn't have a backstory. He doesn't have a name. You don't know what he is. The story constantly changes for him. So it's kind of weird to kind of buy into like Arthur Fleck and this is why I laugh this way. It's a cool idea. It's a good premise. It's really more of a, like a, what do they call the terminology in comics? I think it's like a outerly world or odd world or something like that. I think they call it.
Is it like
Elseworld? Thank you. Elseworld. Like, so I think it's like good for like, you know, like a multiverse, like this is like this version of Joker kind of thing. I wouldn't prefer this to be my primary. I mean, a Mark Hamill-esque Joker, that's what I'm used to, and that's the kind I prefer personally. But for a watch and sheer curiosity, if this is going to be a bomb or a masterpiece, I mean, I'm interested in watching it. I just don't know if it's my style yet.
Same. I didn't see the first one in the theater, and I bought it right when it came out. I watched it once and I haven't watched it since.
Hmm.
And it was good, but I don't want to watch it again. You know, like
like
you said, it was just
like I don't want to relive that trauma. Like that was such a like it was a great movie, but like after I watched it, like I had no desire to watch it ever again, just because it's like
and
that scene in the trailer though with the glass and it had like the lipstick or whatever.
That was
the best shot. Love that.
Was,
oh man,
somebody deserves a raise for that one. That was incredible.
I don't like, is
really
this going to
cool
line
moment.
up? Not only did it line up, it was like perfectly placed.
Yeah.
There. That was
Very
really cool.
smart. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who's been like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm like really excited to watch the Joker again tonight. I don't know anybody who's ever like,
maybe Joey.
yeah.
I don't know anybody who's been excited to actually have a second watch of that movie. You know, somebody in the chat probably though.
Yeah, Joey. Just Joey.
Yeah, it's
I think Joey is
somebody other than
that.
Joey.
Yeah.
Joey's seen it 1.5 times.
We got Ziff 76, 100% agree about X-Men 97.
I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on that.
Batman Collectible says I've lost faith in Disney doing anything right, so no X-Men for me.
Watch it. Next question.
Danny Spashka, another channel member. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Too sweet to you. Hope you're doing well. Christian did not get the Bad Batch. All right. It's more depressing than the Joker movie, if we're being honest here. But we'll keep
looking for you, bud.
Yeah.
What? Oh, across there.
What?
Sorry, I thought I heard you say sneaker, but I got you.
Oh. We got Cylon in the house, another channel member. Hi, everyone. Too sweet. You're right. DLO X-Men 97 is a must-watch. Today's episode.
Killer, man.
Oh, Lord. Hey, man. We got Hawkworth Toys in the house. What's up, gentlemen? What's going on, Ray? Thank you for stopping in. If anybody out there is in need of a figure or two, hit Ray up. He's got an eBay store, and you can message him directly on IG. If you're looking for something, he might find it for you. He's like a wizard when it comes to finding hot toys. So thank you for being here, Ray. Appreciate that. Now we're getting into chatting amongst yourselves here.
What you guys talking about?
Let's see. I just bought the Batman and my Vader about to be charged, or else I would have bought the Bad Batch on Facebook. Right? Well, not a total loss then, at least, you know.
Getting some fire figures though.
Yeah, the Batman is amazing. DLO has been won over very recently, and that Vader, I can't wait to get mine as well. So I think DLO's the only one that has the Vader, right? Right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
shout out to William Cody.
Soon. We got Austin Nicholas in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. We got Brad Cormack. Hey guys, I made it. Thank you for coming. Ooh, fries with mayo. I've done that a little bit. Fish sticks with mayo, and then I had fries as well, and I was like, what the hell? So
it's
Mayo's
good if you mix it with ketchup, but it can't
Mayo's
just
good.
be mayo by itself.
Mayo's good with absolutely nothing. Absolutely horrible.
Just as good as mint, huh?
Joey.
Mint with
Oh
chocolate.
yeah, exactly.
Jeez,
No,
kick a
mayo's
guy
worse
while
than
he's
that.
down. You should
Damn,
have.
Joey.
Yeah.
You savage. What's wrong with you?
Damn.
Joey's about to get timed out in the chat. Jeez.
Right. Such a nice guy, but not making many friends tonight. All right. Yes, ranch and pizza in Michigan.
Like on every pizza, like it's got to be an occasion. Like buffalo chicken, like I
dude,
said, that
no.
makes sense.
No, pepperoni
like a
pizza.
plain pie?
People dipping their slice into ranch dressing and eating it. Yeah.
But why?
There's a block.
Also wings, really
Ooh,
common.
yeah.
Like wings, people love their. I like blue cheese with my wings. A lot of people love ranch with their wings. That's a more
You know what?
common
I can
thing.
do
nationally,
ranch
but-
or blue cheese. I can understand that one on wings, but like
no, pizza is like, yeah, dude. Everybody
man.
loves ranch on their pizza, man.
You know what I noticed the other night when I was eating my pizza with ranch? I was looking at the ranch bottle, and it had a slice of pizza with dipping it in ranch. I never noticed that before, but it's such
Gain
a
popularity.
Yes, it's so popular now. It's actually on the ranch bottle. It used to be a salad. Now it's dipping sauce.
this
So-
feels like a
Now it's
pumpkin
pizza.
spice for men kind of thing we're talking about right now.
Dude,
you
What
know?
does that
hold
say
on.
You know
about
what
our country.
There's nothing more American than swapping out a ranch dressing label with a salad to a pizza. Like, come on.
Right.
You gotta be
You know what I
better.
used to do?
Be better, Hidden Valley.
Be better. When I was in middle school, I used to always eat it with French dressing, pizza with French. And my friend showed, I don't know why, but my friend showed me ranch dressing, and I've been eating it ever since.
It's changed your life.
Changed my life.
Who's the person that gave you French dressing? I want to know that more.
No.
They sent you to school with like little packs of French dressing in your lunch pail?
Right?
Okay.
Maybe.
Fair enough.
We'll move on.
You got
We got Adric23 here. Hello there. Hello, Adric. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. We got Jazzy in the house. Thank you for being here, my friend. Hang loose, too sweet. We got Flavio's House of Collectibles stopping in. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for being here. Universal Key, always good to see you. West Michigan Collector. Yo, hello. And we got Daniel Brancato in the house. Hello, everyone. Question, should I buy a Dooku now or wait for possibly a new one? You wait. Something I am sick of lately is buying figures at their peak value or at retail, only to wait 6 to 8 months for people to start selling them because they're on to the next thing, and I'm losing my ass in the value. It's not what it's all about, but it sure does sting a little bit. I think we're going to get another Dooku, so I say patience pays off in the hobby. What do you guys say?
I say, Daniel, we are on lockdown until May 4th. That's my advice to you here. We wait for May 4th, and then we make decisions. That's what we're doing.
I like that.
That's good.
What's May 4th? I
don't know. I just came up with that date for no reason whatsoever.
Take it easy, Sneaker. I see you, the rage building up.
He got so red, like, well, it's...
You can feel your anger. Your hate.
Die, replacement
I knew
friend.
you were kidding.
My wife's birthday, May the 4th.
That's a great birthday.
And she never saw Star Wars until she met me.
That's a shame.
Good for you for setting her straight.
We're going to educate you. Sit down.
Yep.
Sneaker, what do you think? Should he get it?
I mean, at this point, you're a month away. Less than a month. You're what? 4 weeks away?
They've teased them somewhat. You know,
3.5 weeks away. We're going to get this Dark Side event. Just wait it out at this point. And I don't foresee a deal changing for a Dooku unless you can get it really, really low price. But yeah, just wait it out.
Brick, what do you think? Should you go for it?
Hell yeah, man. Go get it.
The voice of reason right there.
I mean, it's yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. If a new one gets announced, I don't know, it'd be interesting.
We got 1/6 Star Wars Pimpazoid. Watched your video on building a riser for your module cases, and I built myself one out of 2x12s for mine. Hey, I'm glad it helped you out. It is such a super easy build, and I think they look really nice. Takes like an hour and a half to build them, get them painted, and then boom, you got yourself some risers. So cheap way to do it.
Imagine
it looks good.
Like somebody going off of not yours, not the risers per se, but like something that you've done, like I don't know, a riser, light, something, and then they build it, and then just like crumbles or something, and they're like, "Bro, I did exactly what you said."
So the Jedi Knight's fault.
I haven't until you just said that, but I got to put like that warning in the front of the video. If yours sucks, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Oh, man. Let's see. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We got Action in the Box. Hello, friends. Thank you for being here, Ricardo. Hope you're doing well down south. The deep south.
It's a great movie.
Nick impersonation. Anyways. We got Howard Potts in the house. Too sweet. Howard Potts.
What's up, Howard?
I'm blanking here. Is this a name change? Channel member.
You related to Pepper?
No.
Pepper Potts.
Howard just usually watches us on replay a lot. I was actually talking to him because he had joined my channel and he had some really nice, like my channel membership, and he had some really nice kind words to say. So
well,
shout out to him.
I appreciate Howard being here. I must have missed that became a channel member as well. So that's big news. Thank you so much. I gotta get on that list and get that up to date, like I said at the beginning of the show, so that I can honor each and every one of you. Keep in mind, if you become a channel member, shout outs on each video, Pretty sweet emojis that you can use in our live streams or on the comments. But then also, every now and then we do members only giveaways. But then every week too, I've been like asking you guys for your opinions about segments on Wolfpack Wednesdays or just content that you want to see from me. So just trying to keep you guys involved as well, because you are making that extra contribution, which I do appreciate. So just keep that in mind if you're on the fence. And yeah, thanks for being here, Howard. Let's see. We are almost... Gosh, we're not almost there. You guys are killing it here. We got 62 in the house. Hit that like button. We got Rusty Bronco here. Watch it now, because X-Men 97 is rumored to implode season 2. Disney is gonna Disney. Good thing DLO wasn't here to hear that. All right. Looking for mayo mixed with ketchup. That's fancy sauce.
I
That's
saw that.
called fancy
You're not
sauce.
wrong. That might
Yeah.
happen. Saw that,
Ranch
Rusty.
Candles.
I see
Blue
everything.
cheese buffalo wings the way it was intended. All right. Daniel's going to resist for now. So we'll see. We'll see. We got Tristan here as well. All I want for May 4th is them to announce Star Killer. What's going on, Tristan? Thank you for being here. I'm not going to lie.
What's up, Tristan?
I'm not familiar with that, but I know Sneaker's hoping for that. That's from the video game, right?
Force Unleashed, bruh.
Yep.
Force Unleashed. Okay. Never got into those
we get a
Star
Star
Wars
Killer.
video games. I played the PS1
God,
games, but
wrong with
yeah, I couldn't get
It's
into
amazing.
those.
It is amazing. You could go back and play it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm good. All right, so we got through the
Big
chat.
fan.
Good to have everybody here. Let's just jump right into it. Yes, I think it was it Thursday or Friday? We got the Clone
Thursday.
Wars Anakin. Was it Thursday? So it's been almost a week. So it does feel like this has been out forever. I apologize if we are running this into the ground, but we haven't been able to talk about it yet. I didn't even do a video preview for it because I just didn't have the time. But it's definitely something that was intriguing and something that I wanted to talk about. It is from the TV series Ahsoka. And obviously we have the updated Anakin head sculpt, which I do think looks great to what we saw in the series. But I don't know if I like it more than what I already have with the OG Clone Wars. So maybe you guys can talk me and sway me one way or the other to get rid of this guy and get this one, or keep the old one and say no thanks to the new one. Sneaker, as our resident Star Wars veteran, I'm gonna start with you on this one. What were your thoughts here?
Veteran.
Yeah, so
Even though
The
I've
Anakin-
watched Star Wars longer than you've been alive, but that's okay.
oh yeah, okay, since I was a little baby. Oh yes, okay, so Anakin, Clone Wars Anakin,
Yes.
Clone Wars Anakin. Let's just remember this is Clone Wars Anakin, branded from a flashback in the Ahsoka show. I feel like that's really important to remember because a lot of the stuff I'm seeing around this is why doesn't he have a different expression? And there's obviously a lot of talk about the head sculpt for this. So this is an excellent head sculpt. This is honestly probably one of the best likenesses we've got of Hayden Christensen in a head sculpt, in my opinion. And I think the expression for this is, I think when this first was announced, what I had said to you guys like in our chat was like, this figure is kind of limited in what you can do with it based on the expression, being that like this expression is, to me, like resembles how Anakin like conversed with Ahsoka directly in the flashback, right? So if you're looking for, like, to answer Graham your question kind of right off the bat, if you're looking for a more like focused expression or combat oriented expression, I think the first iteration of this figure is more appropriate. Granted, you're not getting like as good of a likeness, in my opinion, to Hayden Christensen, even though I think it still looks good. So I can understand why somebody would want to not go with this one because they like that representation better, which is fine. if you want the representation from the show with the likeness, this is a better representation of that. And you're also like, if you're going to get the young Ahsoka, for me, getting a live action Hayden Christensen with that likeness and then pairing it with this live action look of a young Ahsoka is, for me, the combination that I prefer. So if you're getting young Ahsoka, I would say I'd rather have this figure to go with it, because like I said, when I think of this, when I think of Ahsoka and Anakin, I've always talked about big fan of Clone Wars. I've always just really liked Anakin's arc with Ahsoka. I always tell people, if you haven't watched it or you don't truly know like everything from when Ahsoka and Anakin started being together, all the way through kind of the Ahsoka TV show, you're just missing out like on a lot of good stuff, I feel like, in Star Wars. And this culmination for Clone Wars fans in the show of Ahsoka was just obviously the flashback. A lot of people were really hyped about that, especially people who are Clone Wars fans. So for me, with that being said, like, this is an important version of Anakin to have. This looks really good right here, this picture. But the limitation for it, like I was talking about, is this is like basically Anakin being a teacher, a more sincere master to Ahsoka versus being combat oriented, right? So for me, posing this figure, like, I don't even know if I would necessarily pose it with a lightsaber, but if you did, I would pose it more like in a training pose with young Ahsoka. I feel like that would be kind of cool if you had them pose kind of together where they look like they were training. Not really necessarily something like combat oriented for me, which is fine. But there's also a picture in here where he's posed. That's like the one pose that I feel like when he has like his hands behind his back and he's kind of just like, I don't know. I forget. Graham, you can keep scrolling through the photos. It's in there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's in there somewhere. Like the combat oriented ones, not ones like, I wouldn't really want to do ones like this.
Oh, look at that one right there.
Like I just wouldn't want to go this route.
You got to do the I'm joking pose if we're all being
That's the
honest.
pose that I like. That's the pose that I like. This.
Ooh, look
So
at
like,
this
this is what
one.
this is something that I would. This is like a pose that I would go for. Something where like he's conversing with young Ahsoka. And also this really makes me want to get like the Phase 1 Rex even more now too. So likeness for Hayden Christensen, I think, is excellent. I think it's really good. I get people's gripe with the expression, but also you have the ability to go and get the other figure if you want a different expression. So I'm happy with how the expression looks. I think, like I said, I think the head sculpt is great. The hair is absolutely incredible. Hot Toys just nails it with the sculpted hair.
I agree.
And these are
I thought that was possibly rooted at first
looking
glance.
at it, it looks like it could almost be rooted, and that's why in the tease it looked like it could almost be rooted, right, in the tease of the figure. So, and then we have like the lightsaber blasting effects. I think that's cool. I think that's a smart, like, kind of cool innovation by Hot Toys to do that. And yeah, I'm making sure that I'm talking tonight because I didn't get one damn word in for 20 minutes at the start of the show. Shall I continue? I got more to say. Hold on 1 second. No, that's pretty much all I got to say.
All right, is there
I think it's
anything
a
else
good
that needs to be said?
All
I
right.
think Steve covered it
There we go.
here.
I spoke for everyone.
Okay, next.
But no, I get it. It's just
where you got
it's,
that from?
it's always it's funny now. Like, it seems every release it's like I've gotten used to it now. Like early on when I started collecting, it was like you see a release come out and you see like all these different comments about what everybody's saying. Now it's like you're just used to it because it's literally every release somebody is saying something. So it's just yeah, it's funny. But yeah, I like the figure.
That is funny. Yeah.
Yep, it is funny. Yep. But yeah, I like the figure. But it's a teacher Anakin to me, teaching young Ahsoka. So this is a great figure for me to pair with young Ahsoka. There you go.
How
I've
many
said
more
my
figures
piece.
does the Ahsoka line need to announce before you start to rethink your stance on getting all of these?
I want them to just. I really don't care how
Just
many they
stop.
announce at this point because
You're
the
just gonna
line
get
is
them all,
amazing.
huh?
The line is and this is an amazing line. Like this is like you're just getting everything from this line. All the Ahsoka, you're getting flashback stuff. That's just like an ode to Clone Wars, and it's just
cool.
like it is so cool to get all this,
This
stuff.
reaches
for this
a
line.
lot of fans.
Yeah.
Because
And for me,
crosses
like,
so many kind of platforms.
Yeah. And that's like scary for someone like me because I love all that stuff. So like to enjoy the show, really like Ahsoka, the show in and of itself, and then get a flashback to just all of the stuff that I liked before. And then on top of that, you get a Hayden likeness. And then the live action version of him versus like kind of the made up sculpt and Clone Wars look that they did for the first figure. I think that's really cool to have. So there you go.
Whew, very well said.
Thank you.
A lot to unpack there, but I think we can do it. I want to say hello to my friend Figurecraft in the chat. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, Tristan wants to know, but where is Hu Yang? He'll be next, because there's really not much other figures they can do, but they're getting there. Brick, I know you had some. You were iffy on this one when it first was announced, but you've had almost a week here to digest it. Has your thought process changed? Are you warming up to this figure a bit more? Is this something you might consider getting?
Yeah, I'm warming up to it. The problem is this.
Those pouty lips.
Yeah. The problem is this though.
Yeah.
This is probably by far, I mean, you everyone will say like Darkseid's the best, right? But by looks, I'm going to agree with Sneaker. This is the best Anakin Skywalker head sculpt that we've had. This is probably, I mean, this is just amazing. However, it is the worst version of Anakin Skywalker on TV, personally. The CGI, everything. He's old, but they cover it up with some
I wish I had
okay
the joke here.
CGI to make him look younger, and it shows here on the figure. I think it looks really good. They got the likeness just right. The hair is on point, but I don't want this representation if I'm going to choose one or two Anakins in my display. I want the Attack of the Clones. I want the Dark Side Anakin. I want Revenge of the Sith. I don't want this CGI version of Anakin in my display. That being said, if you're going directly what he looks like in Ahsoka, 10 out of 10. But it doesn't mean I have to like it. And I don't know. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Okay, I'll start over. I think it looks great. He looks great, but I don't like this version of him. I don't like I think it looks great if you focus. If
as a figure, he looks great.
If it's compared to the Ahsoka head sculpt, it's a 10 out of 10, but it's not the representation that I want in my collection off of like a CGI.
I'm joking.
Got it. It would have been better if I used it earlier, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, shoot.
So
Damn.
I had to put it in there.
So close. So close.
Okay. I'm digesting what everybody is saying here. I'm letting it marinate.
This is really cool. I wish we get a table like this because this would be such a
Yeah,
cool thing
why
to have
show
in
me
your
the
display.
table and not give me
It's
the
badass,
table?
man.
It doesn't come
Give
with
us,
any of these
give us
figures.
something like this.
Come on.
It's so cool.
See, the more I see these pictures, though, the more I just want this young Ahsoka. That's the one I want.
Like, it just looks so good with young Ahsoka, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, so Brick thinks the figure turned out good, just doesn't like the representation. Is happy with Dark Side Anakin. DLO, what's your stance? Because you're kind of the wild card here. We always know Sneaker's going to get every Star Wars figure.
That's not true.
And Brick, for the most part, he's dabbled, but, he's more of like the key, like, he's got the dark side. He's got the Vader. So I wouldn't suspect Brick to get this, but you're kind of like the guy I don't know if you'd get this or not. So enlighten us here.
That's true. I've been accused of being too honest, so I can see your points on that there. But I think this is a great figure. I mean, I have zero complaints about the figure. I've been looking at the 1.0 and this one here, and this is a fantastic one to have in the collection. I see nothing wrong with it. I mean, the facial expression, yes, it's different, of course, absolutely. But I don't look at that as a bad thing. I look at it as a really positive thing here. I think that we have, a really good head sculpt with the dark side, the artisan, and the original one that we can use a little variation in this one here. This one can be a little bit more playful because for me, and I think for a lot of people, this is kind of peak Anakin, right? This is, at the top of his game Jedi Anakin, right? Not the conflicted, should I join the dark side Anakin. This is Anakin at his peak. So he's confident. He's obviously a teacher to Ahsoka. I think this is a great representation to have. Honestly, I would much rather have this than the 1.0 because it's, it looks good. The 1.0, nothing wrong with that, but I think the tailoring is better on this one here. The other one, the original one, kind of like a bathrobe, like the blue robes that he had there were much longer.
I just got this from Hawk, so try to lighten up a little bit here. Jeez.
I couldn't even see it on your screen, but I mean, to each their own. Listen, you like it, great. I'm just saying I didn't pick it up, so I'm glad I didn't because I like this one better.
So you don't have the 1.0 Clone Wars? Just
no, and that's the thing, and that's where I'm kind of going with this here because I'm not attached to the Clone Wars like everybody else. I watched it recently. It's good. Still really not entirely for me, but watching the Ahsoka show has really helped me understand kind of the greatness of the Clone Wars that everybody kind of chats about there. And for me, having the live representation of the actual actor who played Anakin in the movies, it makes a big difference for me because, I know Anakin as the conflicted young Jedi and the one who eventually turned and kind of whiny, and maybe not everybody liked his performance in the movie. This helps fill out a lot of that gap of what made Anakin such a great Jedi in the first place before he went to the dark side. And to see Hayden Christensen return to portray that version of him, that really helps me understand the character more. So I'm digging this entire Ahsoka line between the young Ahsoka, which don't kill me for this. I didn't like Ahsoka in Clone Wars until like the last couple seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think she was that great of a character, but she definitely picked it up. The live action one helped me connect all the dots of why everybody loves Ahsoka. So this right here, no different for me. I think this helps connect the dots of why everybody loves Anakin in this time frame because he was such a great hero at that time. So for me, I'm 100% on board with this one. I'm 100% on board with Ahsoka. I'm 100% on board with Anakin. The only thing that I'm not 100% on is Rex, and not because it's not a great figure. It's just I already like the original one so much. I don't see the need to go and grab him. But if I didn't, I would pick him up as well too, just because that's, again, representing why Rex is so great. So I love this line here because it's, for me, in my opinion, probably the best line we've had for Star Wars from Hot Toys since Rogue One. Just because there's so much variety in this line here that there is probably at least one figure for every collector who's a Star Wars fan. Whether you're a fan of all of it or some of it, you can probably pick one out at least and say, I'd be happy if I got this in my collection. I think that's a hell of a thing to say about any line. If you can get everybody to get maybe one figure, and we have all various opinions on Star Wars, and none of us have the same exact one, I think that tells you this is a great line here. So for this figure here, I think it improves on the first one. I think the head sculpt's fantastic. I'm 100% going to get this one as well too. I love the lightning effects. The lightning effects on the lightsaber. It's like, doink. Why didn't we think of this sooner? That's such an easy, simple effect that just elevates the figure as well too. Putting that on a CFL is that what it's called? I forget what you guys call CFL lightsaber.
CFL?
See, if that thing fits on one of those sabers, that's going to look even more.
I don't think it will.
Who knows? I don't know.
Because
is it like a clip or what is it?
It looks like
it looks like it's got like a little circular or half, like a semicircle shape. Yeah, crescent shape.
Yeah,
clips on there. Yeah,
but kind of wrap this up with a bow here so we can kind of move on here. This is a fantastic line for every collector. Whether you like some of the characters or not, I mean, you have Rebel character representation, you have Clone War representation, you have live action character representation in this one here. This is a super diverse line here that is going to feed us for the next 2 years easily. Ooh, good point, Christian. I don't know much about the lightsaber stuff. That's too expensive for me. Too expensive. I don't light up my sabers.
That's what we all say until we take the plunge.
I won't do it because that's like half a figure. Can't do it. But yeah, figure itself, Anakin.
When you come in July,
perfect.
Maybe we'll change your mind.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me one or two, maybe three. I'll think about it. 4 might do the job.
So, just did a poll here. I'm gonna end this poll. asking if you guys are picking this Anakin up. I had 29 votes. 37% said no. 31% said yes. And 31% said good with my 1.0. So, like, for me personally, I just don't think there's enough. Like, like you guys said, I just got this, so this figure's new to me. Super late on it. Very much back burner for me. Wasn't a priority. But I found a great deal with Hawk. Shout out to Hawk. So I picked it up. And I just don't think this one, at least at this moment, has enough for me to move on from this one to get that one. And I could see a lot of 1.0 people feeling that way, unless they are like Sneaker, where you're really into Star Wars, where you can like separate in cases, you know, Clone Wars from Ahsoka line. So that's different. But for me, just kind of having one variant of the figure, I mean, maybe if I see a head sculpt down the road sold, you know, parted out, it might change my mind for sure. But I just don't see myself, especially when there's so many other Ahsoka figures that are coming that I kind of want to get, like, you know, Thrawn, Ahsoka herself, young Ahsoka. Damn. What other ones are there? Obviously, Hera. So yeah, there's just you know, even Chopper might be one of them that I pick up. So because I already have one, I think I'd rather get the figures that I don't have the character yet. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I could definitely see. I mean, I was definitely awestruck when I first saw this. I was like, wow, that looks just like Anakin. Lips are a little too pouty, but whatever. You know, it still looks really good.
Tyler
The hair,
lips.
yeah, the hair is really good. You get the separate rolling eyeballs. You get the lightsaber.
This is cool.
Add-ons, but yeah, this looks really good
Cool
together.
pose.
But we'll see. We'll see. At 265, I believe, right? So the price isn't too bad. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
I'll
new
probably
head
buy 'em.
sculpt. It's a it's an Anakin, you know, figure. So yeah, I think the price point is good. We're looking at, I think, was it next year now? We're into next year, I would assume. So get your wallets ready. Any final thoughts on this Ahsoka Clone Wars Anakin?
I have one, but it's not specific to Anakin.
Okay.
Boys, if you're on the fence about picking up the Obi-Wan Kenobi Clone Wars edition, and that's something that's been on your radar, this is going to push people to buy that figure. So if you want yours and you're serious about it, pull the trigger now.
Titer says this line is going to cash out some collectors. I was actually talking to How You Figure on IG today, and I said, like, people are going to tap out when this line is hitting, because it's going to hit a lot of people over the head. And yeah, I do believe too, like, some people won't be ready and they'll be all in, and then they'll be all out, because it's just going to be a train wreck. So prepare yourself the best you can, and make the
14
arrangements.
figures. 14 figures now.
Deep.
And just keep in mind, there's a
announced
lot,
for this
unless you're just collecting Star Wars, there's a lot of other stuff that's going to be coming out around the same time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've talked about the Guardians. Jack Sparrow is now end of the year. That's a big figure. Some are saying that's the best announcement, you know, of the first quarter.
Yep.
So there's just a lot of other stuff coming too, and that's why this isn't even really a consideration for me. But I can see why people like it, though. I mean, Anakin's a huge character, so people are going to gravitate towards this, I would assume, and it should do well. So, yeah. Then we got Joao Breda. I don't know who this guy is, but maybe a burner account. He says, "I will be here when the tap outs occur."
Nice hair.
Love the hair.
We got Carlos here tonight. What's going on, my friend? I must be in the minority because I could not be any less interested in this line. I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, there are some people that just don't care about Star Wars at all, so I would assume they're in the same boat. But I'd be curious to see if Star Wars fans don't care at all about this line. That's what I'd like to know.
Well, you're going to have your faithfuls, right? Your OTs, right? Your OTs, as they call themselves, right? So, I mean, that's totally normal. This isn't for you there, and you're safe. Good.
Right.
May 4th, there's going to be some anniversary stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, just look at it as you're safe. That's a good way of looking at it. We got Jose here. Joining us tonight, speaking about being serious, Steve told me he's getting Lando at EvilSneaker.
No, this is just another reason why he can't get Lando now. Actually, Jose. He's like, no, I can't. I gotta buy Anakin now. Darn.
Fair point, DLO. Fair point. Fair point.
You got Reverse Zeo here as well.
Darn.
What is up, Reverse Zeo? Too sweet to you. Thank you for
What's up,
being
Carlos?
here. Jeez, harsh. Go collect Love and Thunder then.
I don't know if
This is
that's
a smaller
Yes, a
line.
recommendation. What's wrong with Love and Thunder figures? Damn. Taking strays.
Casablanca says, I'm a Star Wars fan, and although this line's beautiful, I'm not interested. Maybe I'll get Rex, though. All right. Yeah, interesting. I'm curious to hear about that stuff. All right. Well, let's transition out of Star Wars. And speaking of Love and Thunder, thank you for that, Breda. We're going to go to the Thor that was released this morning or late last night, depending on where you're at. I have not looked at these pictures other than just a couple. This is not, again, one that's on my radar. I didn't like the movie. I have my Endgame Thor, but I gotta admit, it's a pretty cool figure. It's just I'm not gonna get this figure based on the figure itself. It's got to have more meaning to me. What do you guys think about the? We're just gonna open this up to conversations. What do you think about all of these lightning effects? Do you like it? Does it make it look a little too tacky? Would you display it with all of these on, or do you think it takes away from the figure?
I think it's too much. Honestly, I just think it's too cluttered. I don't know what it is, but it's just too much. Yeah, maybe tacky, like you said, but
in person too, a lot of these lightning effects don't look that great. I mean, some you can pull off, but I think sometimes it's just it's a little too much. But I don't know. Dila, what do you think? Would you display it this way?
I think the whole figure's gaudy. Like the gold arms, I've never liked this version of Thor, quite honestly. The effects, I mean, they can be done in a better way. How, I don't know, so I'm not gonna bash on something I can't do myself and come up with a better idea how to do it. So
sure.
It's just very toyetic, I guess, is kind of the way I'm looking at it there. Just like, I think it less is more with this kind of figure, like something like that.
Yeah,
that's more doable.
yeah, that's good.
Regular arms, you know,
Endless arms are nice.
the axe by itself there, no crazy effects, no crazy helmet. I think this looks like a much cleaner looking figure if I was going to pick this one up here. But all the extra stuff just ain't doing it for me. Head sculpt, though, I will say, is a huge improvement for Thor, because they have always had issues with nailing Chris Hemsworth's likeness, and I think this is the closest we've gotten.
I don't know. Have they, though? Because I thought Infinity War looked pretty good, and then Endgame, I think, looks really good, and then now you have this one.
Yeah, but, I mean...
Do you think this is the best head sculpt to date?
100%.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Sneaker?
About that.
Best head sculpt to date?
Yeah, for Thor.
It's really good. I mean, I just really like the Infinity War Thor for me personally. But this is also it's a really different look with the long hair. I think with the long hair, I think it's probably their best long hair one that they've done. I think it's pretty good. I'm not real big on Thor. Like I said, I'm happy with my Infinity War Thor. I don't need like multiples, but I agree with what you guys are saying about the colors. Like, it already pops enough without having the effects. Then when you throw in the effects, like, it can be overloaded. But I have a question for you guys, because Brick and DLO, you both have Electro, right?
Yes.
So, like, what makes you feel like it's like the effects look okay on Electro versus doing it on this figure? Like, what's the differentiating point to where it's you feel like it looks better? Because it's similar, right? It's got like the similar plastic effect on there, right?
Sure. I don't have all the electricity on Electro. If I did everything, it would look pretty tacky as well. Like, I don't have it on his eyes or whatever, like the face that he's got,
Yeah, the star.
Yeah, the star. I don't have that on him. I do like it on his hammer. I think it looks pretty cool, but like on this is a lot better than what we saw. I just don't like the helmet with the electricity or the energy, whatever you want to call it, all around him. It's like, it's too much. And I'm with Dilo on this. I think just less is more. And You can see the seamless arms better. But then again, like I don't really like the shading of his armor either. It looks plasticky. It looks kind of too toyish. Like DLO was also saying, like I could buy this at Toys R Us or something. Other than the head sculpt and the seamless arms. I mean, that is amazing. But yeah, I mean, just too much when you have
like
all
a nightlight
all
here.
the bolts on there. Anyways,
Put this in my kid's room at night and it'd light up the whole room for him. I do like the eye
Yeah,
effect.
like that looks like
But yeah,
That
like
looks good. That looks- this
that's
looks
pretty cool. DLO, does this speak to you a little bit more? Not really. Do you like the helmet?
No, I don't. I think it's a terrible helmet. If I'm being
Remind
honest
me how
with
this
you.
works. Does this slide over the head
Supposed
sculpt?
to be good. And oh, sorry, yeah, the helmet there. Okay, sorry. It's a separate head.
Okay, separate head sculpt.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's supposed to be a good.
What the hell
Helmet.
is so funny over there?
Supposed to make it good. Sorry, I was just being a smart ass.
I'm just
No.
laughing at DLO.
I was just trying to be a smart ass, but I can see the
I
true
got it.
confusion on your face. So I was like, let me pivot and that's answer the question.
Oh my gosh.
see, I like that. That look right there is really cool.
That looks, but you know what? You know what they should have done, which is a blown opportunity. They should have went with the Viking-esque suit that he wore, the one that had
Yeah.
the fur like cape on it there.
Yep.
That's a Thor. Like that's a real good Thor right there. Option there.
Yeah, this is like Pretty Boy Thor.
It's
It's just
too bright for Thor. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I just don't like the color scheme. It's really throwing it off there.
It reminds me of the movie too much. Just very unattractive. Also, the head sculpt looks good, but then when I get to this photo, it looks a little off.
Yeah,
Something
someone
with
messed
the
up
brow.
with the eyes. No, it's the eyes. Someone messed up the eyes. They're way too far apart.
Something like the eye, yeah, the brows and like the eyes. There's something that looks just a little bit different than I feel like the prototype, but not by a ton.
It still looks good. It just
I think it
something's a
still
little
looks
off
good
there.
too.
Really quickly, I want to say hello to Six Scale Mafia. What's going on, Anthony? Thank you for stopping in and chatting with us about figures. He says Ragnarok should have been an option in the poll. I thought about Infinity War, then Endgame, then this one, obviously, because I want to see what people think. And then I blanked, so I just put other. So technically, it's an option, but it's not specified. But thank you for being here, sir. We got Kenny Long in the house. Slap Artisan on this and watch the dog piles. Yeah, you aren't wrong. You aren't wrong with that. Joey says, I just don't see Chris in that sculpt. Yeah.
in this picture I don't. The other pictures I do.
Yeah, this looks third party.
The eyes are just way too far apart. I think it's someone just didn't align the purrs correctly, and he looks like he's looking two different directions.
Yeah, that stupid single eye rolling system. I really wish they'd go back to the purrs and just fix the technology. Because I've never met anybody that enjoys moving eyes separately, you know?
Mm-mm.
Because then I'm like, is this good or isn't it? And then I'll think it's like the eyes are lined up, and then I'll put it on the shelf, and I'm just like, shit. Like he's not.
Yeah, no.
He's like totally opposite, looking in the different directions. So, ooh, Carlos with a hot take. I'd rather take Riva than this Thor. Honestly, I'd probably with you on that.
I'd
Like I say
Thor.
hot take, and you're
I'll
like, you
take
know
Thor.
what? I'm with you.
It's not a hot take if you agree with the person who's
Yeah.
giving the take.
Well, I think it's
I
a
would
hot
have to
take
choose
because I think it's
Thor.
the
Makes it,
minority. It's the
makes it,
minority.
Slightly warm take.
If it was
Oh,
like a
come on.
black suit, I would.
Like, supposed to be like, you're out of your mind. No way. I take the Thor for sure. That's a hot take. That's not a hot take. Come on, man.
Come on, man. All right, who's getting this? Sneaker got so bored he left.
We're gonna talk Star Wars. I'm out of here.
I was very close on getting this
We go take
figure
a
because
shit.
I don't have a Thor, so I was extremely close. But now I feel the more I talk to you guys about Artisan and Thor, it's bound to happen, and I think this is released now. I think just a guess within a few months, Artisan Thor announcement.
Is this waitlisted on Sideshow?
No.
Yeah, it is.
I think
No,
it is.
it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Check it. Check.
Unless they got waitlisted today, but it's not.
It was waitlist too. Maybe the deluxe is available or something like that. I think one
Oh,
SKU
okay.
is.
Okay. Well, that might be what I
Oh.
saw.
Hold on. Please hold.
Holding
Please hold.
on computer. Beat DLO.
Yeah. Let's see. The
I love it when I type
deluxe
Hot
is
Toys
available.
Thor and they give me everything but Thor, basically. So yeah, the deluxe is still up for pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me ask the question then. Will this be a figure that sits? Will this be bargain bin down the road? Do you think this
Are
is...
both up for pre-order still?
Nope, this one's waitlisted.
I knew one was
Okay.
sold out.
Then I do not think it sits. If they were both still up, I would think it sat, but if one of them sold out, this one will be too.
Okay, let me ask this question. Let me specify this a little bit. 6 months down the road, when the Ahsoka line and Guardians line are all starting to hit, will this figure be available on the secondary market for under $200?
Under
Or
Under
200?
200? No, not on the
Around
zero.
$200.
Under 300, yes. Under 200, no. I would say
Well-
probably like 255, 265.
Yeah.
Sneaker, how was your potty break?
Did you go poo poo?
Did you make it into the potty?
I made it. D'Lo, are you laughing or are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man.
And all right, question answered. Move on.
All right.
200,
Well, I got a
this
question for you. Yeah,
You
go
could
ahead.
get this. You could get. I would. This figure could. I would try to hunt this one down for a deal. At that point. There you go. That's all I got.
How do those arms go on?
Wait, you personally would?
Like if I end up wanting it,
Or are you saying
that
you in
point.
general?
like if I wanted it later down the line, like you're saying, all these figures are going to come out, people are selling it. Could you get it for potentially $200 at that point? Potentially,
I think so.
but yeah,
Let's see what's Brick. Go ahead. I'm gonna end this poll and see what the chat thinks about the definitive Thor.
I was just asking, like, you know how sometimes you see the sleeves? Is that like a whole arm that you replace on the shoulders, or how does that work?
Yeah, they peg in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stupid question, but cool. Thanks.
What is the definitive Thor? Infinity War 36%, Endgame 24%, other 24%, Love and Thunder 15%. Some people do think this is the definitive version. So there you go. My question, though, regarding this figure and other figures, because I mean, I guess it doesn't really go with this figure, but for those that like this figure but they don't like the movie, the question is, would you rather buy a high quality figure from a low ranking film, or like a mid-tier low quality figure from like a high quality film? Like, would you rather have a Batman Begins from a movie you love, or a figure that you think is really cool from a movie you hate? Which way would you guys like sway on this one?
Damn, it's gotta be the best question you've ever asked, man, to be honest with you.
Thanks.
That's
I made
a
it up
tough one.
myself.
Thank you, thank you,
Huh.
thank you, D'Lo, for complimenting me on that one.
I don't remember saying thank you. Okay. Yeah.
No, you said it was the best one you ever made. I made it. Thank
Oh, you made it?
Oh, you made this?
Did okay. Well,
No,
you guys can
think
keep
so.
that amongst yourselves.
Came
Good
from my
job, whoever.
brain.
It came from my brain.
I thought I made
Oh.
a statement, and then Sneaker turned it into a question, and then Graham used it as a question.
So really, the
Anyway.
only one that had nothing to do with this was D'Lo.
I mean, I came with a compliment.
Wow, D'Lo,
Gotta
get
have
it.
something.
D'Lo, get in on, start helping us make some topics.
Yeah,
Dan.
man, this isn't like a project, like a group project where you just get an A because we did all the work here. Come on.
Kind of
He
feels
does
like a
all the
little
work
bit.
when we're live. I'll give it to D'Lo here.
Oh boy. So who wants to go first? I need a second to think about this one.
This
Actually,
is
this is a
tough.
good
I
question
thought
by
you were starting to
somebody.
go already.
I'm gonna go with a low quality figure from a high quality film, and the reason that is because I buy figures because they mean something to me, not because I want like a really cool piece of art that I don't give a shit about in my collection. You know what I mean? Like I want a high quality film that I care about. Buy that figure. If he's got loose joints, if his head sculpt's not all there, but I know it's him, then by all means, I want that guy in my collection. If it's a movie that was garbage and the figure is awesome and I grab that figure, then I don't care about it. It's just cool, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
I agree. I have the same stance. Like, I can't get Black Adam because he looks freaking badass, and it's The Rock because I've never seen the movie and I don't care to. But I'll waste my money on that Batman Begins because I love that movie and it's so iconic, and I'll do what I need to do to tweak that figure so it looks presentable. But we got Smoke in the house. What up? Thanks for coming. What do you think, Sneaker? I know it's kind of one of your rules, but sometimes you break your own rules.
Like all the time.
No, hold on. This is
Guidelines.
We're not talking about films we haven't watched. Okay, I still have figures.
Really?
Yeah,
We're not.
That was the rule that I broke. Wait, can you go back to the question? Because I know that I made it up, but I forget exactly what it is.
That's crazy. That's crazy right now.
Would you rather buy a high quality figure from? So, I think it depends on how low quality are we talking? Because
Batman Begins. That's pretty. I think that's pretty low.
I think that's good. Shout out to Hammer. First of all,
I'm thinking of
Batman
like the
Black Adam.
lowest tier Star Wars figure. Like, what would that look like? For me, I'm trying to think of like a figure that a Star Wars one. I'm like, I don't
Ooh,
really need
okay,
that.
okay. I got one.
I mean, Reva's a good one too.
No. Lando. Excellent film. Top
Excellent
10.
figure.
Excellent figure.
Excellent film. Excellent figure. Horrible human being, a traitor to his friends who is
You're
a cheater.
ridiculous.
Enough
You're
with
ridiculous.
this whole spiel.
This is really hard. I guess I would go for like, it depends on the character. I
Brown's
feel
a
like
good
this
one.
isn't like a cut and dry answer. I think it
Doc
depends on the
Brown's good.
character. Depends on, like, I don't just want like a really shitty figure, even though the movie was really good.
Wonder Woman
You know, like
84.
if I maybe like I don't like the movie that much, but the figure is like really high quality. It's an amazing figure. Like a figure like Moon Knight, who people say like, oh, this was like a low ranking, like it was an okay show. I actually really like the show, but
Rick said
okay
that.
show. But this is an amazing high quality.
first.
Like this is a high quality figure. Would you want that? But we need some examples, maybe. I don't know.
I
feel like
just
we need
gave you
examples.
some. Batman Begins. Doc Brown. Would be the low quality figures.
Yeah, let's talk to him to Star Wars. He doesn't get it. The question is like way too hard.
All right, Star Wars.
It's not too
let's
hard.
see
It's just
Mom.
it gives me. It
Way
just
too
it
hard,
makes
like-
me. It just makes me think a lot. You know.
Okay.
Because like it depends on what high quality figure we're talking about. Like if it's a really like Carnage is from a low ranking film to a lot of people. What I want
This is your
Carnage.
question. Why are you asking for examples?
No, but what I want Carnage
But it's
over.
still Carnage. You know what I mean? Like when I'm thinking of this question, I'm
Right,
thinking
exactly.
of like
So it
somebody
depends on
like
the
Paul
character.
Atreides or something. Like if that was if you didn't like Dune, would you still get the artisan Paul Atreides? Like
Because it
just
looks
because it's
good.
high quality,
Well,
right?
if you didn't,
Or an
we're
artisan,
talking
sorry,
didn't
InArt,
like
my
it.
bad.
I guess if we're saying like we didn't like it, like if you didn't like it, yeah. If I didn't like the movie, I would probably go towards more, like getting one from a movie that I liked.
Like here's an example. When Peacemaker was announced and it looked like trash, but I really loved the show. I was like, damn it, this sucks, but I still need this figure because I want the representation. Like they fixed it, but first impressions, that first announcement, there was the small body, it was the visible joints, that one head sculpt. Like I think that would be a good example if that's the one that came out. Like, would you rather get that first announcement of Peacemaker or Like for me, Venom is a great looking figure, but I mean, the movie's not great, but it's okay. I don't know. It's just a question you wanted me to ask, so I'm asking it.
I know
So
it's good.
please
It's just good. It's just good. It's just good food for thought. It's kind of
Right.
thought process of how you like are. I guess if it was like a film I didn't like, I would rather go with a lower quality figure from a film that I really liked.
I think, okay, how about this? Has there been a time when you guys broke that rule? Like for me, it was the Golden Armor Wonder Woman. I caved on that. I did not like that movie at all. But I did cave and got that one.
Ooh, I caved. I've got Falcon, Captain America.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Yeah,
I did not like that show either, but that figure looks pretty cool.
yeah.
I think it's impossible to answer this question without there being some love for something in there. Like if you're gonna go around and say like, oh well, I'll buy the high quality figure from the low ranking film, even if it is like a great figure, there's got to be something that connects you to it there. Like I can think of an example of when I broken the rule. It would have to be my Hellboy that I have. Terrible movie, but I'm a big fan of Hellboy. So for me, like I didn't get the Ron Perlman one when they had it many years ago. This figure is fantastic, so I got that one. And I still have it. I still look at it to this day. So I think it's impossible to say with this question here that you're gonna like completely ignore it because the movie sucks entirely. I think you have to have some kind of connection to it, whether it's a small one or not, to justify it. But I think if you buy a figure solely in the fact that it's high quality, I think you're more likely to sell it eventually.
Yeah.
Just because you have nothing to connect it to you other than the fact that it's a good looking figure.
Yeah,
To
from
go-
a movie
to
like
go
you
the-
don't really like.
Yeah, like to go the other way though, like I'm getting the Tobey Maguire, I have Andrew Garfield. You know, it's because it's Toby. I love the Toby movies. I love Spider-Man. But from what everybody's saying, is there's a lot of issues with this figure. But I'm still getting it because I need that figure. I need the Sandman base, and then Ahsoka. You know, with all her issues that she had. But you know, Mandalorian's a great show and she's a great character, and there's a lot of issues with that. Like I'd rather have those two than the other ones that we were talking about, like that were kind of movies. Like I would have to choose those two over like Falcon, for example. But
Fuck that Ahsoka figure.
yeah, I'd probably
Broke the
choose
arm
Falcon
right
over
off.
Ahsoka figure now, especially now that there's a Ahsoka White coming. So She-Hulk.
I think. All right. I think that pretty much answers it. What do you guys think?
All right.
Next question.
We got
Thanks.
Miami's Nemesis in the house. Frank Flores in
This
the
is a
house.
good food for thought question, man.
Carlos is getting that She-Hulk figure. It's coming home. Doing it. What did he say about Ahsoka? He said the figure sucks. One small plastic peg basically holding the forearm and the upper arm together.
Got to heat it up first, man. Rookie mistake.
Oh, get out of here.
Shouldn't have done that.
They should provide me with.
Shouldn't
the
have posed it.
Why would you bend that arm?
Would you say, Brick, they should have provided a blow dryer?
Yeah. You got to heat it up first. Shit. Put that in the instructions.
Carlos wants to know if it weirds you out to buy 1/6 children. No.
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 Like if there was
This
Stranger
question,
Things.
reading this question.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
fair.
just hearing this question
As
out
well.
loud. I'm just like,
Man, is this a
so
trap?
weird.
Is
Is
this a
that
trap
one
here?
out of 6 children or 1/6 children?
Figures.
Okay.
Figures.
I hope we're talking about the same thing, right?
Right.
All right. We're talking about the figure still, right?
Yeah, the figures.
It's only
Carlos,
weird if you
you're
make it
a fan
weird.
for asking this question.
No,
yeah,
yeah.
Figs, yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, the question is more weird.
Phrasing.
No, I mean, we've talked about John Connor from T2 would be amazing. Young Anakin would be awesome if they decided to do Stranger Things. I know 3-0 does
Stranger
those.
Things,
but-
Harry Potter characters.
Right. So, no, it doesn't. Doesn't weird me out.
I don't think it's weird.
It's just a character in a movie.
If you're wa-
Character, man.
is it weird
Make-believe-
watching the
character
movies?
from a make-believe thing.
Is it weird to be a fan of the movies? No. Like,
Great point.
come on.
Yeah,
Why can't I collect?
Well, did they make like young Anakin for like the 4-inch figures back in the day? Did we have I think we had a young Anakin.
You would
for
know,
that.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean they've
That-
made like 3 3/4-inch Anakin figures.
Yeah.
Like, they've
There you
made
go.
his.
It's just
made
like
his
having
figure,
a toy to play with, and
They've made his figure in multiple lines.
With like that recorder thing. Remember that from Phantom Menace? There's like a little package with like a little recorder. You push a button, or he stands on there or something, and it says.
Oh
like,
yeah,
a
you're
quote
talking
from
about like the
movie.
little like little platforms that come with the Phantom
Yes.
Menace. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're called
Yeah.
I forget exactly what they're called, but you stand
cool.
them on them and you can like scan them and stuff or whatever. Yeah, they have a little hollow picture on them.
Ryan just made this a little bit more
yeah.
weird with naked C-3PO.
Gosh.
Oh, good question. Good question. All right, let's move it on. Moving on here. So we're gonna go to DC now. We got a little bit of everything tonight, which is really awesome. We don't get too many nights like this, and I know one of our panel members is super stoked for this to be happening. This has been released the last few days. It is the 1989 Batmobile. To me, it looks like pretty much a straight reissue. I do believe the technology for the lights will be better, but looking at this, these front lights look very, very similar to the 1.0 that I have, where you can specifically see like the bulbs in there. It's not just a constant light. So interesting there. I thought that would be a lot different, but maybe not. I'm sure the paint apps will be different on the silver pieces. This is a pretty cool pick. But yes,
That's
89
awesome.
Batmobile is finally here. DLO, how happy are you to be bringing this home?
10 out of 10 for me. I'm very excited.
Are you getting it for sure? You got it?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
100%
dude,
I'm
you're
getting
so
this here.
lucky.
I have to, man. This is my second crack at it here. I gotta get it this time for sure. So I'm just
so jealous.
I just can't wait. I'm at a loss of words here. I mean, it's the Batmobile. What do I have to say? It's amazing. It's classic. It's just like this is why we collect stuff like this. Stuff like this is what makes collecting fun. I'm basically
we
getting a
should
chance to
do?
relive my childhood now that I have grown up money. It's a no-brainer for me.
We should do a live unboxing, and then we can compare it to my 1.0, see what's different, what you like, or what maybe we like better, or on the new one. I think that'd be fun.
I'd totally be open-minded to it. Yeah, that's cool. I don't care. That you guys
Or I'll
will
just
record me
watch
open up
you
my box like the
unbox it.
DeLorean, man. I'm happy as hell. This is just going to be a good day when this comes in. I don't know. This is the least I'm going to talk probably all night long. It's the Batmobile, 89 Batmobile. It's a no-brainer for me. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Brick, you were just saying like, he's lucky he's getting it. So this is obviously something you'd like to have, but
I
let
would
us know what's
love-
going on. Is it the price? Is it the space? Don't want to go down the
It's
vehicle.
somewhat the
road.
price. Honestly, I think it's pretty good bang for your buck when it comes to price. However, there's a lot of shit coming out, a lot of figures that I told myself that I'm gonna get and that I've already paid off. So yeah, price somewhat, but more so the space, man. I just don't have the space right now. I collect 1/6 figures. I build Lego sets, some big ass Lego sets too. Like my wife is not going to want this on the dining room table. Like this has to be the biggest miss of my life. It hurts. I guess I can keep it in the box in the basement until the basement's done. But man, this is something that I really, really want. It's tough to say no to.
Sneaker, you got the Jazz Inc. 2022 Batmobile. You gonna add this one?
No. Sadly, I am not adding this into the collection. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. It's really cool. I'm happy for you, D-Lo.
Thanks, man.
I'm
pretty
really
happy
happy
for me
for you,
too.
dude. In all seriousness, yeah, I've gotten late to the 89 Batman game. Like I just watched this a few months ago. So I had never seen it, obviously. So to me, I thought, like, I enjoyed the movie. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't have the nostalgia factor For me, if this was something that I saw when I was a kid, I would be all over this just from that. Like, I can imagine that's like seeing something like a land speeder from Star Wars or something. You know what I mean? It's like,
totally. Like for
From
me,
being
like
a
I was 5 years old when I watched this movie. So like, this was my first like interaction with Batman ever. I haven't stopped being a Batman fan ever since. Like, I've grown up with Batman my whole life here. Animated shows, the good movies, the bad movies, the comics, the toys, you name it. Like, Batman's been a big influence like in my life as far as just like what my, collecting habits and desires are over the years. I mean, I've had something Batman. I think I bothered my mom to buy me like every Batman costume they make every, like if there was a new Batman suit from a new movie, guess what Danny was going to be? He's going to be Batman again this year. But, this time it's got bat nipples. I didn't care. Like, I'm a Batman fan. So
the bat crotch, give it to me. Let's go.
Right. Whatever, man. I didn't care. Some kids dress up as ninjas, man. I dressed up as every Batman. First, fun fact, my first actual Batman costume was actually Adam West. And then it became 89 Keaton. And then it was 92. So I rocked every suit I can possibly wear at an appropriate age to wear costumes. But 89 Batmobile is the first time I've seen the Batmobile. It's always going to be my favorite Batmobile. Second one is going to be the animated series. That's my second favorite one.
It's still so stylish.
That's a good one.
I love
it stands the test of time.
Yeah, it really is. Because honestly, I think every Batmobile is compared to this one. Like, it skips a generation. Like, when you go from Dark Knight from the Tumblr, they skip Batman and Robin. They skip Batman Forever. They go right to the 89 because that is like the standard of what a cool Batmobile looks like. So, yeah. So when I saw this pop up again, I was like, yes.
I'm happy for you.
Look at the prices. Yes, I got it. I got to get it.
Brick.
Yeah.
You said you'd probably get a divorce if you got this. Carlos says, have you considered divorce?
I have every day.
I think we all have at some point, realistically, man.
Every day.
Oh, Jesus. Here's a question.
Any questions?
I'm not kidding.
If you could get the Batmobile for
Shut up, dude.
half price, would you do it?
If I can get this half price?
Mhm.
Yeah, because then I'd feel like it'd be okay. What? It would be like $350 without shipping? $375?
$350.
Yeah, I'd get this. Let it sit in the basement until I get the basement done. Yeah.
So if I get this new one, would you buy my Batmobile for $350?
$250. It's used and it's the old one.
I can't do it now. Okay.
$350 for the 1.0, dude. That's an insane price, man.
That really is.
That's insane price for that thing.
Really is.
Like you are still going to be able to sell that one just fine at like a
Come on,
higher
guys.
price. $350.
Come on, guys.
For
I
that.
said $250.
I kind of want
to
to buy it.
$3. Like,
I kind of want to buy
No,
it.
I wouldn't
you
go
gotta
lower.
work with me.
I always give you my best deal.
I shouldn't.
I always give you my best deal. We got time. We talk about it. There's hope for you.
He gave me the pawn shop special. Best I can do.
$350 for this and your Batman and Robin Forever. There we
Oh
go.
my God.
Wow, bro.
I'll give you $450. You hate those figures.
I don't hate them. Hate the movie.
Yeah, this thing and this takes up like a whole this. Can you fit this in the 6 series? I forget.
Yes, I have mine in the
Yeah,
6
you
series
can.
right now.
It takes up like the whole entire thing, right?
I don't know. Hold on.
Like this thing is
Put a
this
couple
is a
figures
big.
with it.
Hold on.
This is a
Let
big
me,
piece. Yeah, you can kind of like put them like depth wise figures with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to like stand kind of in front of the side panel or whatever.
I'll
looks really
show
good.
you.
This
mine.
thing is a beast, man. I remember seeing that Graham's house. This thing is a beast. DLO's just licking his chops.
I just can't wait, man. Like, I ain't got shit to say today.
DLO's like,
I told you I'm going to be super quiet for this one. I was like, yeah, the answer is yes. Move on. Next question.
oh, good. So you're being me from last week. Great.
No, keep talking.
Keep talking.
No,
Buy
it's
me a little bit
man.
of time.
Would you guys get like a RoboCop police car? Like a
Hell yeah, actually, I would.
Well, that'd be
Wouldn't
cool.
that be
I've
cool?
seen that before. Those look pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I think I have too. Someone had like, I don't know if it was custom or if it was like from, I don't know, some other company.
That look pretty sweet.
Really
Yeah. I get that. I'd actually, the only two Batmobiles I think I'd honestly consider purchase, obviously the one I'm getting now. And I would definitely get the Ben Affleck Justice. I like that one, the Justice Mobile from Jazz Inc. That one.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that one kind of reminds me of like the Arkham Asylum games and stuff like that. The Arkham
Okay,
City
yep,
and all those. So I really dig that one too, because I thought that
does.
was like a really good modernized take on Batmobiles, but kind of still had like the 89 kind of look to it.
Would you get the Batman Forever if Hot Toys made it?
The Batman Forever one, the single
Yeah,
seated.
95.
Oh no, you're talking about
Isn't that Batman
That's-
Forever?
that's the Jazz Inc. one that just came out, right? The one with
yep.
the LED. Wasn't crazy about that one. That was actually like the first time I was like,
Love
what
the
the
lights
hell?
on that though. It looks so good when
Sorry,
you light
man.
it up.
You can keep your Too Fast, Too Furious Batmobile. I'm good, man.
Zoom in, Graham.
Trying to.
What are we doing here?
How do I decide who I want to? Here, we'll just go here. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you guys a little look here. I'll be able to hear you, but I won't be able to talk. So here we go.
Watch them fall.
Yeah, look at the
that.
size of the DeLorean, and like that's
Oh.
a pretty big piece too.
Look
so
how
they're-
sleek that is, dude. That is
Yeah, it's
a
badass.
freaking beauty
300,
right
it's a
there.
deal. It's nice.
Dude,
Yeah, out
sneaker.
for the
I
burger.
paid $350 and grab this, bro, because that's a steal.
$350. That's just crazy, man.
That's a crazy deal. Like,
I don't even really want it, but for that price, ooh.
you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, would you look at that?
ooh, that's coming soon.
I need
That's
a Batmobile.
nice. That's nice.
It's just like that's a
How much
whole
is-
entire case. Like that's the thing with
Batpod's
these
like what,
vehicles.
330? Something like that.
No, it's cheaper than that.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
get
yeah.
a Batpod for 200 probably.
No
Yeah,
way.
That goes
Yeah.
up on sale on Sideshow all
Wow.
the time.
Wow. Okay.
That
Oh,
so like, yeah, the tumbler is dope too, man.
yeah.
Tumblr's cool. I think
great, man.
Carlos or somebody asked Tumblr or 89 Batman. I got to go with 89 Batman, but the Tumblr is badass too.
Oh, it lights
yeah, see,
up.
I would pick up that. I would pick up the tumbler before 89.
You would really? Well, I mean,
That's,
teach your own.
that's next on my list. Just because,
It's-
like I
it's
said, I
minuscule.
can't. Like 89 just doesn't. I just don't have that connection to it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no, I get it.
I
Yeah,
like it. It's just like I have more of a connection to the Dark Knight, more of a connection to the Batman.
for sure. Yeah, if
Yeah,
you've seen those movies first, obviously, yeah, that's going
Yeah.
to take precedence there. So I grew up with that.
Yeah.
One. I mean, it's like, yeah, no
The
brainer for
tumbler
me.
you can get. It's I think the Batpod is $285, but there's always sales on it. You could find it in the low twos, secondary market.
Graham, would you really sell that for $350 to get the new one?
I don't know. Maybe.
See, we just been talking up how good of a deal it is. Now he's like, well, I should have said 450.
Right? Huh?
Brick, you got to get that, dude.
Yeah, you really should. Man. Just
we'll see.
all you have to do is not buy a Spider-Man. And you can afford that.
Also, yeah, how come you don't?
Okay,
How come
see.
you don't put it like on top of your, like right on top of the detox,
That's
or right
iffy.
up on, or right up?
That's
What about right up on
iffy.
top of your? What about right up on top of your 6 Series though?
Yeah.
You have
I
room
can
up
do
there.
something
You
like
could
that.
put it right up there. That'll fit for sure.
You could put it in the 6 series.
Oh, Jurassic Park Jeep would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
Carlos.
That's a cool
That
one.
would be. That would be cool.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, that would be really dope.
Yeah.
At Thrawn's office. What's going on, my friend? Thank you
Damn
for
you
being
guys.
here. You got time. Is this sold out everywhere? This Batmobile?
It's not on Underground anymore.
Pretty much.
Mm. I'd have to get it for retail if I'm doing that deal.
Oh, here we go. Here I'm thinking about it.
Just
Just gotta see when the time is too, because I
paid a lot of money for this Batmobile because this was
Mhm.
before the other one was even announced, and they were going for a
Yeah.
lot of money. So
just spent over $1,000 on 3 figures too. So I don't. Yeah, we'll see.
Pocket
It is
change.
a deal. It is a deal.
I do have my Nicholson Joker. He is. He's up there.
That's okay. So here's the thing too, Graham and DLO. I would say Sneaker, but he's not here. But okay, should I? Because I got the 89 and Sneaker. Should I? Should I go ahead and buy a Joker or look for a deal for a Joker, or do you guys think a Jack Nicholson Joker will be coming within the next, I don't know, couple years? A new one.
Jack is tough because from what I've heard for years is Jack is kind of like Harrison Ford for a while, where it was just like very hard to get the rights to him and stuff like that there. So that might be one where you might be searching for that one, or maybe going third party and going that route if you have to.
Okay.
But I'd say for the price of Graham's Batmobile, you should focus on getting that for your 89 Batman.
You're gonna get that cheaper than a Joker at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like that's such a way better
And it's a whole
investment.
vehicle.
That's
For
just
real.
at 400. Damn it.
3 feet.
I know, like what's going to happen here is it's going to be very obvious. The 89
You
gets
could go
officially
get it
announced.
tonight.
Brick is going to be like, yeah, so I got the 89 Batmobile, and just all
This
this
could literally happen
talk
right
is
now.
gonna
You
go
could
away.
walk. You could walk over there right now. Appear on.
No, this cannot
Camera.
happen right now. I'd have to buy one first. I'm not
Do the
selling
exchange.
it.
Yeah, I would
now.
have to wait. This is where it becomes an issue, everybody.
I said
have
no.
to
I
wait.
said if I were to get it, would you want to buy mine then?
Well, now we know what's going to happen now, folks. They're going to come to an agreement.
It is written.
It's going
It
to be
depends
two
on where the wallet is. at
Batmobile
that-
unboxings.
It is
Not
written.
me just unboxing by myself. He will have one. Mark my words.
I'm
I will
going
be
to
cradling
moderate.
my
I'm
1.0.
moderating the stream. I'm going to
SG
moderate.
Collectible says where else are they even selling the Batmobile? What
Can't
else? I
say
don't
that,
know.
brah. Can't say, bro.
Oh, come on. You already got yours.
Check your
Super duper secret.
check your local places. Sideshow authorized dealers around your
You
area.
think they'll have? You think like they would get a vehicle in?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They can also, so some places too, like local places. I asked like a comic shop actually around here, and they said like if there's something you want, like let us know and we can probably order it for you to come in. So I think like some authorized retailers can do it, or at least they can ask.
We got 16 Fix in the house. What's going on, Marco? Thank you for joining us. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I was.
Always do your research.
Ooh, new guy. What's our Toys in Wonderland?
That sounds fun. But no, but going back to the question, I mean, they have given us the 89 Batman, the Batmobile. Do you anybody think we see the Joker? I think it's more of a Nicholson thing. Like it's
You
just-
wrote that up quick.
I had it already, but
Oh,
we just we're reading each other's minds. I don't think it's going to happen, and I could be very wrong on this. I just I don't know. I don't think so.
That's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be
that's one of my most wanted figures. is a
Oh
Joker.
yeah, well, good reason. It's a fantastic figure
Yeah.
for sure, and especially if
One of
you're a fan of
my
'89. Yeah.
favorites.
Yep.
So, my only regret is I sold my mime Joker many
Ooh, that
moons
was a
ago,
mistake.
and yeah, I kind of want it back a
But-
little bit.
But it's not overly expensive. I've seen in the threes for that one yet.
Yeah, no, I
It's not
had
one you
to.
can't obtain anymore.
Yeah, no, it's definitely still out there for a reasonable price, but just kind of gets pushed to the back burner.
Yeah.
We got Anakin Skywalker popping up for no reason whatsoever other than be just darn handsome and wants
Great.
a part of my collection, so he gets pushed back. But yeah, one of these days I'll pick that one back up.
Movie Canon says, could we be getting 2.0 the 2.0 Keaton figure this month? When are we in the window for that?
Yeah, it's April to
It is
September
April.
or something like that.
That is one figure that I welcome being released because I already pretty much have it paid off. Now, of course, that one will be the one that takes forever to come out because I do have that almost paid off. So
Right.
I would like to see it, but
That works.
because I sold my original 89 when that one was announced because people were still paying pretty high prices for it. But there are some issues with it that are going to be fixed with this 2.0. So that's why I was willing to move on from it. So I'm excited. I already have my Jackson cape for it all ready to go. So I just need that 89. So what do you guys think? Think that'll come out sooner rather than later?
I think around June,
It's
a couple months from now.
You would think it wouldn't be delayed because it's a 2.0. They've
Right.
done it before.
I would think relatively soon.
That'd be great.
You would think it would it would follow the Batmobile pretty quickly. Like
It's kind of like the Bat cycle in the Batman. I feel like it's like you could do something that's similar, like close proximity. It just makes sense to do it
that
that
was
way.
just like a week apart, right? Or like 2 weeks apart. It was pretty close, right?
No, it didn't. Wait, I forget. You're talking about
I
Bat
forget.
cycle and the Batman?
Yes.
Didn't they just show it all together?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I always get confused with this.
Hmm.
But it was really close. Whatever it was. Like I feel like that would be smart thing to do is why wouldn't you just do it this month if this is going to be releasing? You got to capitalize on the hype too.
I think it's around the corner. I mean, the head sculpt is pretty much the biggest thing. The body's gonna be swapped out to a ratchet body, which is phenomenal, guys. That is a huge bonus because the original one
statue
does not move for nada. So that's worth it alone there for that. But I think it's probably gonna be close behind. If not this month, by next month, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not announced yet.
And the only issue is I bought it from Sideshow, so I'm still waiting like 3 months. So
Yeah.
well, it's okay though. Whatever. At least we have it secured, and we'll get it eventually. I'm gonna end this poll.
Is the modern suit available on Underground?
It is.
Which Batmobile would you chase? 31 votes. 45% said the 89. 22% said the Tumbler. 19% said the Batman, and 12% said other. I'm assuming that would be 66, 95, and possibly even the animated series. So, but 89 takes the cake for sure. And the nice thing about it is massive, but it does fit in a 6 series case. So that does unlock it for a lot of collectors out there. It's not like the Tumbler where I have to keep it in that DF because it's too wide and it won't fit in the 6 series. Because what I'd like to do is, you saw I had the DeLorean and then like the Bat Cycles and the Bat Pod and then the 89. But what would have been cool is having them stacked all on top of each other. So the Tumbler in there too, but it just doesn't work. So he sits kind of on his lonesome there. But
Graham, I got a personal question about that here. So if you're putting in a DF-120, how much real estate is left over, like to put other figures in there?
yeah, quite a bit. So I've had it angled in the DF-120, and I had 4 figures kind of around it. You could not angle it and have it, flush with the front,
Sure,
and
like
bring it to
parallel.
the front,
Yeah.
and then probably
Mhm.
still put like the acrylic risers in the back and still have figures stacked like to a row behind it too.
Okay.
Because it's not that wide. It's just terribly long. So that's what she said.
Maybe one day we finally get our
Rat.
Penguin and Catwoman. That'll be sick in that display.
Man, maybe.
That would
We
be cool.
have our first super chat of the night from our friend Carlos. Thank you so much for the $5 generous $5 super chat. If I have the 89 Batwing and the J&D 1/3 Heath Ledger Joker and J&D 1/3 Bale Batman, do I go with the 89 Batmobile or the Tumbler? Okay, I have the 89 Batwing. Is that the Jazz Inc? I'm assuming.
That'd be Jazz Inc. They're the one that made it that way.
Damn. I'm jealous. So 1/3 Heath Ledger and then 1/3 Bale. And you're going with a Hot Toys Batmobile or Tumbler. What do you guys think? I'd say
89 Batmobile. To go with that Batwing a little
even
more.
it out a little bit. You got 2 statues and then like 2 vehicles type of thing.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Get your
Plus-
favorite Joker, maybe even his favorite Batman. I don't know. But then he also gets his 2 favorite vehicles.
Plus the
Batwing and
89,
Batmobile.
the 89 Batmobile goes back to being just so iconic.
Yeah, I'd probably keep it to. I'd probably go 89 Batmobile, 89 Batwing, so you're keeping it to scale too. So you have 2 third scale, 2 vehicles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's probably what I would go with.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Carlos, for the generosity. I do appreciate that. Let's just roll this for you.
So, you've decided to step up to the plate and support the channel. On behalf of the Jedi Knights Watch, we want to say thank you so much for your contribution. Not only will it help us to improve the channel, give you great quality and entertainment, but it'll also help us take over the world. This one's for you. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated, my friend. Let me see what we got going on in the chat here. Do you think that we will get a younger indie figure? Is Harrison Ford a tough license to obtain? I would think it should be coming. If you have one license of the likeness, you should have all all licenses for likenesses, right? Of that person. Shouldn't matter age, unless does it go by movie or does it go by just, hey, we have your likeness and that's that?
I don't know.
Typically, it's by license of the film. They're kind of like when we were having a conversation about the Jack Sparrow recently, when we were talking about, why didn't we get
Makes sense.
the Curse of Black Pearl? So they clearly have the license to the other one. So yeah, that's very specific, and I bet you any money that's probably the biggest reason why we don't have that, because they probably want a lot of money for that specific, because that's the iconic one. That's the one everybody wants. So and they know there's worth there.
Anybody else have any feedback on that, or all in agreement?
Agree.
Yay or nay? All right. Sounds good. All right. So, yeah, we'll see on the Nicholson Joker. I would put it as more likely you don't get one than likely there is one. But only time will tell. All right. We had another release. And, I was thinking, man, Hot Toys has really been giving us these announcements. They really haven't released much. And then this past week, it's like boom, boom, boom. Well, we got this guy here. This is the 501st Legion clone trooper. We might as well just let Sneaker talk about this, because
let somebody else go first.
We're all gonna say, "Oh yeah, another trooper, great pass."
Oh,
and
no.
Sneaker be like, "Well, if you remember this, he was in this, and then in that."
Shut up,
really
Graham. No, I'm just kidding.
DLO, let's go down the line here. I'll start with you on this. How many of these are you getting?
Oh, none, but not because it's a bad figure or anything like that, or not, the same reason I say every time about troopers here. But honestly, no, this trooper's really grown on me. Like, I was kind of taken back by why we're getting another one when we just got a crap ton from the Clone Wars. But that's the MO here. We just finished talking about Ahsoka and how we got so much stuff from the Clone Wars that's already been given to us before. Now we're getting a 2.0s of them there. So yeah, it makes sense there. I do prefer the darker blue personally there. What's up? But what I do like about this one is, you notice that the rifles and everything else are more to scale with these particular troopers. I'm not sure if you guys caught that. The other rifles that you would get don't have as much detail. They're more animated renditions of these blasters and stuff like that. This one is more realistic, which I really dig about that there. And one thing anybody who has a clone trooper knows, those weapons are a pain in the butt to get into those hands. So these look like they're a lot more relaxed. It looks like it fits a lot better. The body is upgraded from the other troopers here. So it looks like a real person actually in a stormtrooper suit, as opposed to kind of the ones we got before. But all in all, it's a great figure. Me personally, I'm good with the ones I have here. I don't feel the need to get more. But for collectors of the troopers, this is another one to add to the collection. Good for you guys.
Is this branded as like the Kenobi series, or is this just? Is this okay? Just want to make sure. All right, Brick. How many of these are you getting?
0. But I will say that I really like the color. I like the lighter blue. I think this trooper looks fantastic. I was going to mention the weapons as well. They're a little thinner, and I think it looks really good. And if I were to get some troopers, I would consider this over a bunch of the other ones. And I think it would look great with Anakin and young Ahsoka. Look amazing with those two figures. So yeah, if I were to get Ahsoka and Anakin, I'd definitely grab this as well.
This is an interesting shot. I like this.
Yeah,
kind of the real scenery is kind of a nice touch. All right, Sneaker, it's your turn.
Oh baby,
I made it quick for you, Snake.
I don't think I'm going to get one of these right away, just because there's such an abundance of clones that people can choose from at this point. But I'm going to there's just so much stuff coming out right now this year that I'm just probably not going to get it right away. I do want to get one of these though. The really nice thing about these is, like, kind of DLO, you already touched on it, but the proportions, like definitely the rifle, but the body proportions are like, this is like the live action look for the clone. You know, the other ones being CGI, it's kind of has like these animated proportions to it, right? This figure is like, if you go into, there's another photo of like where it shows the other ones that show kind of the side by side. Does it show that in these photos? I forget.
No, that's in the original. I know what you're talking-
originals. Yeah, but there's a side by side, and like when they first showed this, you can really see like even in this picture, you can just tell like the proportions of the figure are
It's
more
bigger.
like they're realistic. They're more realistic, like a human is actually wearing the armor versus like an animated
Cartoon.
look. Yeah, it's not cartoony. Like this actually looks like, I feel like proportionally it looks a lot more realistic. So I really like that. The blue color, yeah, there are so many variations of this blue. Overall, like they're all pretty similar, but there are like the shade of blue is just like, it varies ever so slightly. Everybody kind of knows that part, but also like if you look in certain photos, the blue here like is kind of susceptible to lighting change. So like if you look at his one shoulder pad versus the other in certain lighting, or in certain instances, it actually like appears a little bit darker versus when it's really well lit up, it looks like kind of like almost like it has a teal hint to it. So I love the color too. I'm kind of with Brick on that, of like I really like the color, but like this looks a little bit like a more of a royal blue versus it being teal, right, when it's in like a darker scene. So overall, I think it looks great. I mean, I love having more clones. Another thing is like, I don't really need this right now. Like I kind of have my clone display set up with the darker blue, with a couple 501st Deluxe Troopers in there, with the Bark Speeders. The Stap is in there with Anakin. So like, I don't need to necessarily just get one of these just to add that into there right now. But I would like to pick it up at some point. Just not a day one for me. It looks really good.
Gotcha. Yeah, well said. We do have Big Rib in the house. What's going on, my friend? Ryan says, dude, if they don't release the ARF Trooper with ATRT soon, I'm going to lose it. Christian says I might pick 2 of these to go with my Revenge of the Sith Anakin. That would be cool. That'd be a cool look.
That's cool.
Damn it.
You know, I just did a video on my top 5 Hot Toys pairings or sets, and I know some people in the chat or in the comments said like Darth Vader with, you know, stormtroopers behind, and I think somebody even said like Anakin with the clones. But like, yeah, like it's a cool 3-piece thing to just do, and you can do it in a DTOF too if that's what you're rocking, like 2 troopers, and then you just have Anakin in the front, right in the middle. So you know, it's pretty cool too. Collection Obsession says paint variant troopers are the new Iron Man Hot Toys cash cow. We've talked about that. I know DLO said that it's been like that for a little bit, where it just, some of us love collecting troopers and some of us feel the fatigue of, myself included, like, oh, another trooper. Okay, like cool. But there's a market for it. So
Hot Toys has been doing it for years, even with the OT ones. I mean, they've got tons and tons of variations out there. So, you know, it's something that's easy. It's an army build figure. So for them, yeah, they're gonna do it as many times as they can get away with it. So because we can keep buying them.
Right. Ryan
Except
also says,
sorry, I was just saying, except for the standard clone from Attack of the Clones that they
the
didn't
white
make
one?
enough of. Yeah, like the one army builder they didn't make enough of. Also, one other thing I just want to point out real quick.
oh sure,
What do you guys think of, like, so this got pushed to June. So like it was supposed to be early on. I don't know if it was like a March window or what the window was early on, but like earlier in the year they pushed it to June, and then all of a sudden they like are now not like releasing it in April. Like what? Why would like the window was like, I'm looking on Sideshow because I remember they got it pushed June to August, but all of a sudden now they're releasing it in April, like way early after they pushed the window a few months. Like, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about that. All right, cool. Move on.
I agree with you. I mean, yeah.
It's just kind of interesting because, like, why would they do that? Why would they push it all the way out to June and then drop it in April? It's just like, it's just a weird thing. I don't know why would they do that? There you go.
we need to talk to Howard. Figure that out.
We're always
Are we
talking
getting
about
worried,
windows.
though?
We're always talking about windows of releasing figures, and they're making these huge windows, but then they're pushing it out and releasing it 2 months early to their new window. It's just weird.
That's weird.
Sneaker, can I ask you a question though? Are you getting worried about the quality of this Obi-Wan Kenobi? I mean, good point in the chat here. Like, you know, everybody's being announced
Where is he?
besides Obi-Wan. the main character of the Obi-Wan show. Obi-Wan is still missing. Are we starting to see some red flags here? Are we starting to see something where maybe it's time to worry a little bit? Because in fairness, it didn't come out to everybody's liking when it was first shown. And now, fast forward to now, we're getting all the figures released now. Is it time to panic?
No.
Oh, then just me then. Okay. Well, I'm worried.
I mean, it does kind of. Yeah, it is like, why are they waiting? Why are they waiting so long? Like, yeah, they keep pushing it, but hopefully they're refining, because we saw kind of the updated. What was it? Tokyo Comic Con. It looked better, right? So hopefully they're just refining and I really just that figure needs to hit. They cannot. Yeah, like it's probably gonna turn out good. I will be devastated if that head sculpt is not good. I will be truly devastated.
I think if they get the figure wrong, it would look like you, and then I would want to buy it.
S tier, baby.
Just because it looks like you, I'd buy it.
You listening, Hot Toys?
Get it question to go.
If they get it wrong, it's going to look like Steve, which is not a bad thing.
I don't know if I take it as a compliment or shame.
Dude, I would, if that, I swear, if that actually turned out to be true, and it kind of looks like you, I'm putting that right next to my Lando, bro. Immediately.
And then what figure looks like DLO and the rest of us? We'd have to make our own Wolfpacks. We get a Kenobi, and then we got to get like a. Well, they don't have. Yeah, I don't know.
They don't do a lot that look like me. If you catch.
I was gonna say that, but I was waiting for you.
Oh, were you now? You racist fuck! Holy shit! Oh, okay.
I like this. What are you talking about? Terminator. DLO's probably like a Predator.
No, that was more racist than what I said.
That's not racist.
He's gonna say no. You're Pedro Pascal, dude. Don't worry, you're Pedro Pascal, because that's not offensive.
I almost said Mando, to be honest. So
well, if there's anything we'll ever take away from this episode, is what Rick just had to say about me. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh boy. Well,
next.
Rick. Yep.
I'll be
next topic.
What just happened?
I got profile, dude. What the?
Oh man.
Oh boy. Well.
Any final thoughts on the trooper?
Well, I guess you could have said I would look like a stormtrooper. That would have probably been safer. I'm just giving you a hard time. Brick is sweating bullets. Listen. I speak for the Latino community. We do not hate Brick. He's a good dude.
We do not hate Brick.
Thank you.
Just stop.
Keep on bricking.
Keep on bricking, motherfuckers.
You say that with a southern drawl too.
Oh, man.
I feel like it's necessary, like a Yosemite to it, you know?
Yeah, that's good.
Good stuff. Any InArt discussions tonight? I mean,
I didn't watch the video or the stream.
He doesn't know what a Master Chief is. That kind of
I don't really know what's going on.
bugged me.
He said he didn't know who Master Chief was.
Yeah, Aaron Collects was like, "Is there any chance InArt would do like games like Master Chief?" He goes, "What's Master Chief?"
Low-key.
And
maybe he thought like he meant a game or something. But damn, if that's
dude,
that sucks.
Bros, this is gonna hurt to hear.
It's
but
fine
Master
that he doesn't,
Chief
but it hurts knowing that it's not
like
gonna happen.
Master Chief is not a big deal anymore, dude. I hate to break it to you guys. I know
it's for us. It is
not as much anymore, but it would be cool.
I'm saying, like, it's faded, man. I mean, like, Call of Duty came out and it just like it wrecked Halo.
It erased it.
Bungie left. The games haven't been the same. The TV show. Has anybody tried to watch the TV show?
You guys really think Call of Duty
gracious, that's bad.
Out?
I watched first season.
Ooh, so I mean,
Master Cheeks.
I feel like Halo was in its prime when Call of Duty first started. Like you had Halo 3, Reach.
Yeah, but like Modern Warfare came out,
literally
and just like everybody dropped Halo. Like,
man, I was playing 3 and Reach like crazy back then.
I mean, it'd be cool to get the figure, but is it realistically going to happen? No. I mean, Infinite was okay. Started off hot, but yeah, Halo just the hype for Halo.
Reach was the last good Halo game. Period.
The hype for Halo has died down. We can still dream.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't lose any sleep if they don't make it.
Starting a poll. Let your voice be heard. Vote. It's the only way we can get things done around here.
I think the one thing that I heard from the stream,
Master Chef,
I feel like if people didn't listen to it, was that the fact that the plan was like to be what is it, DLO? You might have heard it too, but they're taking like updated photos, like final photos.
Oh, yeah.
Of like they're doing like an unboxing
For
of the
sure.
figure.
These
They're
are the
doing an
final
unboxing
frames.
of the figure and taking photos. Like I think this week and maybe potentially releasing either this week or next week.
Yeah.
I think that something like that. So
And that is no coincidence. I'm glad you brought that up, Steve. So shout out to you in the community here for letting your voice be heard, because that was bullshit. Because I did hear that part. Thanks for reminding, Steve. They did confirm that is the final product. By the way, I'm not sure if anybody listened to that part. I rewinded it 40 million times to make sure I was right. Confirmed. I was right. I said it. I was accurate there. That's the final. That's what you're going to get. Now, they're going to take really pretty photos, just like McDonald's does. And you know very well your Big Mac never looks like the one in the picture in the menu. But at least they are going to take better pictures. So we won, guys. We won.
They just got caught being lazy.
well, and I think he made a
can't
point in
do
the video.
that.
Well, what he
Right.
said in the video too is he said like one of my thoughts of how like the messaging seemed like it was, hey, the figure is like we have them made, they're being pushed out, like it's on like a production line almost. And he brought that up of like the figures are done, they're on like they're going through QC, final boxing. Like it made it seem like those photos, like the point of the photos was to literally make it look like that it's done and that it's getting ready to ship versus like really showing off the product, which is interesting.
Mike, I'll sum it up. I forgot to ask the team about that. That's a great question. We're working hard on that. I'll get back to you on that. Mike, I don't know why, but that is really funny.
Oh, boy. Okay, so maybe.
John, you should
I don't
come on
know.
the
I
show,
don't care.
please.
I can care less. But whatever. Ooh. Anyways, so
Someone, Daniel.
let's talk about how I was right about this here.
My
So,
ears are burning.
so I want to take you guys back to a time. Like exactly last week.
All right, hold on. Let me go. I'm gonna go silent now.
Now it feels like we're back in time. Perfect. Perfect. This is exactly how I remember it happening.
Stop talking. I was staring intently at the screen for like
Steve and I were
15 straight
talking.
minutes.
Steve and I were talking. Graham was concerned. He thought we were debating. We were not debating. We were just talking. And Steve said these are probably not going to be the last we hear about this. We're probably going to get new photos for Steve. Shout out to Steve. He pointed it out. And I said, absolutely. That will 100% happen because they will see this. They will make an announcement of some kind. Hey, guys, JK, just kidding. We're going to go ahead and this wasn't the final one. We were just sending you an update. And that is exactly what he said yesterday. Exactly. So, listen, I'm not here to piss on anybody's parade. I know people like InArt. I understand they have a great product, but the conversation we're having with them, it's not like we're having a conversation with InArt when we have these interviews with this guy. It's more like we're listening to just a spokesperson that is doing like what's the terminology I'm looking for? It's when you're trying to control something, kind of put out a fire.
Facilitator.
Not facilitator, but like crowd control. I can't think of the term. So I just had
like
it
a
in my head.
moderator.
Well, moderator be down,
Help
but
us out,
basically he's trying to put out fires, right? He's trying to put out fires. And to each own, he's doing his job, and there's nothing personally wrong with the dude there. Damage control. Thank you, Queso. Yes, he's doing damage control here. So, but the thing is, it's like it's kind of pretty obvious at this point, right? I mean, I know I'm not taking crazy pills, and it's a great product and all that stuff, but I think we're at the point where we're saying, hey, listen, we understand there's growing pains to this here, but there's got to be a point where you kind of stop making excuses and start delivering. And I think that's the only thing we all really want. We don't want them to fail. We don't want them to, this, that, another. This isn't a turf war between Hot Toys and InArt. Like, I don't care who makes the figure. As long as someone makes a good figure and it's something that is desirable, I'm going to consider it. And I may even buy it. But I don't like the whole...
I do like what he said, though.
Victim. I don't like...
But I do like what he said, though, like with Hot Toys, not a lot of people were kind of focusing on Hot Toys their first 5-10 years. With InArt, everyone is watching and nitpicking every little thing that they're doing wrong or taking too long with their figures or or whatnot. So there's a lot more, and plus look at the internet nowadays. Like it's just compared to back in 05, like it's way more advanced to where everyone's talking about it. So I could see where for InArt it is really tough, and you have to put out those fires and all of that. But at the same time, DLO, I agree with you. Like you have to be able to admit that those pictures sucked, and you're doing this, you know, because of that. And because he also said that they're bringing out more pictures and they then have to send it through to get them approved before they push out these figures or whatever, something along those lines. It's like, why didn't you do that the first time?
Yeah.
Like,
and I should also say before we continue forward, one second real quick here. So before we go any further here, just to give proper credit to who's responsible for this information, shout out to Brother Cousins. If you haven't seen
for sure,
the interview,
he did a phenomenal job.
Go check a look at his channel over here. He should get credit for that. That was his exclusive. So I want to make sure he gets the proper credit for something like that there. But to Brick, to your point, absolutely, 100%. I mean, also cheap plug, but not so much. Brick also did a fantastic video. I definitely recommend everybody watch it. He was kind of encapsulating the history of Hot Toys over the years.
First good video.
No, not true. Not true. Maybe your best yet, but not your first.
I appreciate that, DLO. Thank you.
Absolutely. So go, guys, definitely check it out, because Brick's about to spit some facts in a sec. I can already tell he's geared up. He's got that information.
See how I brought up 05? See that?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, I know. I was like, ooh.
I used to not know that.
Someone did their homework. I love it.
To be fair, though, I think the market was a lot different in 05. They were trailblazing their own path.
Thank you, Grant.
Now the market's changed, and they have a lot to live up to. And they, like Luke says here, it was their own doing too. They came out and said, we're going to do better. We're going to get these figures out quicker. They talked about all these grand plans. Like John's talking about all of these new licenses and stuff. And I could give a shit if you can't even get more than 1 to 2 figures out a year. I don't care. I'm not looking 5-6 years down the road for this stuff. So like I've pretty much just totally kind of like almost fallen off of the whole InArt stuff until they start doing things a little bit different and showing like you're already paying top dollar for these figures. So like now do you want to wait the amount of time it takes to wait? And I get it. You wait for Hot Toys too at times, but the fact is you go back to Hot Toys and they're putting out, what are we up to, 60 figures a year that they're releasing, something like that. So that's I guess what I would say, just to kind of push back on that, even, is that
Can I be the devil's advocate real quick though? So for those who are InArt like lovers, right?
Lovers.
Out of those 60 figures, how many of those figures can compare to an InArt figure that is released?
How many? Wait,
3, 4.
How many Hot Toys?
Out of those 60 released figures, how many can compare to that one released figure, or however many InArt figures that are released that year, quality wise?
I think most of them.
Yeah, I'd say, to be fair, to just maybe room for error, and then obviously the fact that I don't have every 60 figures that came out myself, maybe 75% can match up with that there.
Okay.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up here, because you are the historian of Hot Toys. Now I entrust you for everything Hot Toys knowledge.
Okay, let's go.
So you know now from your extensive research that prior to them releasing well over 60 plus figures a year, it was really closer to 20. Maybe that was a big year, 25, stuff like that. Yeah. And when you put it like that, when Hot Toys was doing less figures and taking their time with those figures, I would say at that era in time for Hot Toys, you can probably say 99%, if not more, were just as good as InArt. So I think Hot Toys has their own greed to it there, that they're no angels by any means in this conversation. Just to be clear, I am not a fanboy, and I'm just a fan of good quality stuff.
Yeah.
But with Hot Toys and their business decisions of giving us too much too soon and flooding the market with figures, there's an argument to be made that some of their figures are not as good as InArt's as well too, and I'm big enough to admit that as well. But when Hot Toys,
I'm not saying I'm like an InArt fanboy. I'm just saying,
sounding like it.
I want to have that other side. You know, just so you know, I don't have an InArt figure. I think
a good way of looking at it too is just comparing the Batman Hot Toys to the Batman of InArt well, again, we've just seen the photos of the InArt one, but it's comparable. I mean, we can't just say, oh man, this one is head over heels just better than the Hot Toys one. It's just not the case. So everybody's going to have their, the way that they kind of fall and their opinion about it. But I think you're right. Like Hot Toys over the last couple of years, mainly since 2021-ish, have really gone almost mainstream, where these used to be very selective figures. And yeah, you look at like DX13, DX8, battle damaged T800,
RoboCop,
even your RoboCop, even Jack Sparrow from how long ago it was released. Like those, I think would stand up with InArt. It's just now, they're pushing out so many figures. I think their quality has gone down, at least in certain figures. They've let some things slide. And
well, like I look at like, I'm looking at two right here. So like the Snowsuit Widow and Kate Bishop. I like those figures, but and that's just two right next to me. Yeah. That I would say what 60%, 70% of Hot Toys can compare or are better than InArt, but I don't know if it's more than that.
Oh, it's more than that, dude.
Okay.
Just buy more Hot Toys figures, you'll know. That's the answer. Get a Batmobile. Get a Batmobile. That'll bump it up a couple percentile. Now I'm giving you a hard time. But yeah.
What do you think, Sneaker? You've been kind of quiet.
Just a deja vu. Just absorbing it all. Yeah, no, I mean, you guys all make great points. I think another thing that John brought up during the stream was, the stream of the brother cousins, was he admitted that this year for them is essentially a make or break year on them producing figures and getting to a level of releasing more like than what they've been doing, right? Upping their production. He mentioned they're working on a lot of stuff simultaneously. Whether or not you believe this or not, somebody brought up a question about like BVS Batman and Bale Batman, and he said hopefully in the summer both of those are going to be shown around the same time because they're working on stuff simultaneously. And I think another thing that I think sometimes gets lost, like Brick brought up the point about Hot Toys, like first 5 years, InArt they're a new company and like they have to get all these licenses. John was saying minimum these licenses take 6 months just to get it out there and get approved for a license before you even start like working on a figure. So like you have to allow time for them to start working on multiple figures and get stuff into a pipeline that's flowing. Hot Toys, look at all their licenses, all the movies, all the IPs. They can dump stuff out on a every week basis. They can announce stuff and release stuff because they have all that already established. They're like way bigger and way more of established of a company. They need to develop a pipeline where they have, okay, now we have 10 licenses. We're going to release these within 6 months. But hey, the year prior to that, we've got 10, 15 more licenses that we're now working on stuff. Like you have to have more time. I feel like we're all eager for them to create more stuff. But at the same time, I think it's important to look at the fact that it's not like they have 50 licenses right now where they can just make a bunch of figures. Like they're going through a process. So I kind of give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But I also see all of your guys' points about how some things have been communicated. But I think it's just, you got to look at them being a new business as well. And we really I think sometimes we're a little bit, I think that gets lost in the conversation because I know like everybody's like, they've only released a couple figures. Well, they don't have enough licenses yet. Like you have to get that developed. So that's one thought that I had. And I think too is, like, it's good that another thing John said was they're open to getting like the feedback. They need the collectors in the community to give them feedback so that they can grow as a company. I think that was a really good point that he made of like, we need you guys to criticize our stuff. We need you to tell us what we're doing wrong because that's going to help us grow as a company. So I think that's just an important talking point. And I know people get frustrated with InArt, but at the same time, like they make great figures. The figures that they've come out with, I think some people are saying Gandalf's one of the greatest 1/6 figures of all time to ever come out. I've seen like some people say that it's like an incredible figure, right? So I know that some of that's hype. Some people are saying that. I know DLO, you don't agree because you're selling yours, but some people are saying that. Some people are saying that like that's one of the best figures and figure of the year. for Gandalf. So, and all their figures have been the ones that they've come out with. Granted, there haven't been that many. Have been really good. So I think we get kind of like, you know, caught up a little bit in some of the other stuff. But if they were releasing, you know, more figures, I think people would be happier. But they're making good figures. I think it's important we should support what the company is trying to do as well, because we all want really good stuff. We want good figures. So like we should try to also help do that, rather than I feel like sometimes we just get caught up. Like you got to give a company time, right?
I agree with that. I don't think I agree with the limited license. So they're taking longer. They're still announcing these figures. So I don't think waiting 2 years to get your figures out is a good idea on any front. I think they got. Yeah. I mean, that was the reason why they tried to get Joker out as soon as possible, because they wanted that quick turnaround time. I think they gotta keep focusing on that, because nobody wants to wait that long for figures. I don't care how many licenses they have. If you're announcing it, I want the figure, you know?
And the batch system, I think, is the one thing they really need to improve on. That's really
absolutely.
so like another thing is too, is if you look at Pennywise, it didn't really take too long for that figure to necessarily come out from the point when they announced it, but the batch system made it so it was so slow and people were waiting. So like if they can up their production, get their batches out a little bit quicker, so people aren't waiting, you know, 4 to 6 months after a release to actually get it, that's going to help out, I think, a lot too. So yeah, that point is absolutely valid, where they're releasing if you're going to release something, you got to get it out to people. That's more of a concern for me. I would say that, rather than like the Batman Hot Toys Batman was updated and took longer because InArt was coming out with theirs. Like who would, you know, like we don't know what Batman the Hot Toys one would have looked like if InArt didn't actually push them to make some improvements on it. I'm sure it would have still been good, but you know what I'm saying? Like the Batman came out later, and that was one of Hot Toys' figures that came out. Like it took how long until that figure released? Wasn't it like 2 years?
Something like that, yeah.
So like that's a long ass time for a figure to come out. So Hot Toys does the same type of thing. We're waiting a really long time for figures, but they're pumping so much stuff out that we get distracted from other things. InArt we are waiting on this Batman figure right now. That is what everybody wants. They're not coming out with anything else right now. And people are still waiting on their older batches from figures that came out like months ago. So I feel like that's part of the problem.
Yeah, I want to touch on something real quick that just Brad Cormick just kind of mentioned here. He says Hot Toys needs competition. I 100% agree with that. I think if anything for me, because I don't have a stake in what InArt does or doesn't do, other than the fact that I agree Hot Toys needs competition. I think we need to level the playing field and keep all companies accountable, so that way they're putting out their best possible product and not skipping corners and not cutting corners, and, you know, putting out the best possible product. So we as collectors feel satisfied that whatever you are asking for us to pay, we feel we've gotten our value from the figure that you produce. Right. And I think for me as a collector speaking here, I think that's where the bulk of my frustration with InArt is, because it's a lot of over promising, under delivering when it comes to that side of it there. I want them to be a legitimate competitor to Hot Toys, because that's only going to make Hot Toys better, and it's only going to push InArt to get better too. And the person who wins is you, the collector, in that there, regardless of who you prefer on that there. Now, having said that, I admire a lot of the things that InArt's doing, trying to get the back end of the community, trying to be transparent as much as possible with information there, but also at the same time, they're also doing it in a way where that's slowly beginning to backfire. If again, you're not meeting your own dates, if you're putting out your own photos of your product and causing a stir in the community, wondering if that, I mean, I saw so many people after last week's show and everybody else who covered it there after us, who were asking people to take over their pre-orders on their Batmans. I saw so many people doing that. And, you know, I don't want to be responsible for someone changing their mind. I want them to have all the information possible to make the best decision for themselves. But at the same time, I'm not the one who posted those photos. They did, right? So we're only reacting to what we're seeing. And that's the point. Yes, they're a new company. Yes, they are able to make mistakes. But sometimes, come on, let's be honest. That's a common sense one. That's business 101. If you're going to put out a picture of your product that you want to sell to your collector, then you got to put your best stuff out. You just can't just say, hey, here's some stuff on an assembly line. Just thought I'd update with you. No, you don't do that. If that is your first instinct, then number one, that you need to stop and you need to hire somebody to be in charge of your marketing department. Straight up, and you need to run it by them before you put it out there, because whatever you put out there, you can't undo. That it's on the internet; it's there forever. And now we have those photos, and now you lost a handful or more, I don't know, people that were considering getting your stuff, and that is just not smart. And we want you to do well, but don't shoot yourself in the foot, and just like put something out there that's going to turn people away from wanting to get something that they were excited about before you sell that photo. You got to think better than that. Now, the answer is definitely not going to be, I want to be very clear, the answer is not going to be withhold information. That's not the answer. If you do that, you know better than Hot Toys. And if you don't do that, if you do that, immediately you're going to lose a bunch of people who are interested in you guys. That's what makes you different from Hot Toys. For that, they're going to go to Hot Toys instead of you. If you want them to legitimately consider you here, you got to keep doing that there, because that is the part of the promise that you gave us when you started this. And more importantly, that's where we're counting on you to be different from the other guy. And that's going to get you more customers. Business 101. Hire me. I'm free on the weekends. We'll start off. We'll do it per hour at first. Then we'll talk about salaries later, 401ks and what have you there. But yeah, realistically, like having InArt is a good thing for all of us, whether you're a fan of them or not. Because at the end of the day, you win because your stuff is getting better because Hot Toys has somebody to worry about. Before they came along, we were getting a lot of reissues, a lot of 2.0s, a lot of stuff that people didn't want, and it is still sitting on Sideshow, and they can't get rid of it even with a discount. So, yeah, for all the shit I give InArt, I will give them credit where credit's due. They have definitely made collecting a lot better because we're getting more for our dollar, at least in the quality standpoint, and keeping it consistent.
Can I ask you guys one question?
Mm-hmm.
How many figures, like, with the quality that InArt's producing with their figures, with the rooted hair and stuff like that, like, what's a reasonable number? I guess, like, what number of figures do you want to see a year to, like, be happy with them as a company?
10.
60 if they're not as good as Hot Toys.
10 a year.
You said 60. I think 10's a good number too.
12.
12.
I'm gonna say 6. Give us one every other month. That's doable.
I feel like 10 is like minimum. I feel like minimum 10 you have to pump out a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, if they can hit 10, if they can like get to like that number, then I feel like that's going to be, and they can have stuff in the pipeline. That I feel like that'll be one.
Brand just wants one.
Damn it.
Good one.
Marco says the Hot Toys, the Batman wouldn't be as good as it is without the InArt push, the second hairpiece alone.
Yeah, that second hairpiece, man, that's like one of the best. That's like makes the
That's great. It's ass great.
Oh, good times. Do you guys think there'd be an artisan line if
No.
InArt hadn't come along?
Nope.
Nope.
Doubtful. Especially when they make Joker their first one. The first one, here's Joker, and we're gonna price it the exact same of what one InArt figure would cost you. It's perfect thing for Hot Toys to do.
Do you guys think they're taking almost too much community feedback? Some like it for perfect figures, some hate it because it backs up the process. Just curious where y'all land.
I kind of feel like they're almost only taking 50% of the feedback and kind of acting like they're taking all of it because we're not always seeing it.
Elaborate.
Well, I mean, you look at the batches. You look at how fast they're producing these figures. Let's see. I mean, Legolas is one of them. Like you're bringing up these figures and you're not showing us updates. So that's the big thing. We want updates. We're not getting them. Single packs, double packs. Like it's either like 2 or 4. Like let us choose one kind of thing. I don't know. I don't feel like they're taking all that feedback. Like if I could choose to to have like out of how many Jokers? 3 or 4? Like we talked about this before. That comes with the Joaquin Phoenix one.
Oh yeah, 4-pack.
Like, what if I don't?
Pack?
Yeah, like what if I want these two? Like I just feel like they're asking for like advice, or not really advice, it's a bad word, but like feedback, but they're not really taking it, you know. And some of them might just be bad feedback, but at the same time, you gotta, if you're gonna ask for it, you know. And they do those surveys, they do, you know, and all that. But
yeah, from the business end, I'm curious to see, because I mean, I know the goal is to make money, but you got to assume in the beginning you're probably taking a loss just to build it up, right? I mean, look at Hot Toys and how much they reissue, how much they reuse parts, and you know, they do 2.0s and all that stuff. They're making money on the second runs of these things here. I wonder if it's a matter of InArt is trying to break even to keep pushing forward. Just because I'm thinking back to what he said, John said in the stream, where he said like, this is kind of make or break for us here. So I wonder what he. Again,
think about John's stream though. Think about John's stream, and nothing against. Actually, I think he seems awesome, which I've said in the past. But think about what they're doing, where when they can't put out new photos, when they can't release a figure, when they can't, you know, provide us with what we want. What's the easiest thing to do? Hey, show your face on a stream, man. We gotta say what's coming. We gotta say what we're working on. We gotta say, you know, and it's like, oh, everyone gets all happy all of a sudden, like, oh wow, okay, they might be doing this figure. They're doing the Matrix figure, cool, you know. And it's just like, then the hype's back up, and it's cool to InArt, and it's just a quick, easy way to be like, okay, they're fine again, rather than give us like a new figure or new photos for Batman. Like, focus on that, you know. Don't just hop on a stream, you know, real quick and give us all this, 10 years we're gonna have a Matrix figure, you know. So
question, does this make anybody nervous? He definitely said this is a make or break year for them. Does it make anybody nervous about like upcoming, like if they pre-order anything that's not going to be out until next year or anything like that? Like, does it give anybody second thoughts on how hard they're going in with InArt, knowing that like there's a little bit up in the air?
Up in the air, how so? Like as far as getting the figure, or them not?
Or like they're not going to
like
succeed?
What happens if this is a make or break year and it breaks them? And
I think honestly, I think part of it is like, I think another reason why they can do it the way they do it is because, and I'm just spitballing here, I don't know anything about their business and who backs them and who their like shareholders are and whatnot, but I feel like some of it could just be the fact that they're backed by Queen Studios, who's an established like that. Like, are they using,
good example,
are they using that money, you know what I mean, to like, hey, we're part of Queen Studios, we're creating this, or we're funding this, because we know what Queen Studios is putting out and the money that the amount of money those pieces cost, right? So maybe that's part of it, but I don't think so. Like I'm honestly I'm honestly not concerned about it. I think they're gonna get more stuff out, is my gut feeling. Another thing that's pretty crazy is we talk about how many figures are coming out. They're going to make this 4-pack Joker they're making 4 different figures for one release. So I just feel like that's an interesting thing too, where like we're talking about getting one Batman figure, they're going to have 4 figures that they need to make for one release. So like they're not going to have a choice but to ramp up their production when it comes to that, because these 4-packs is a lot of figures to release, and when you have potentially thousands of people buying them, you know, it's going to be pretty crazy. So they have to ramp up.
It's just interesting just how the whole process of getting to InArt now to where it was when we first, you know, were introducing them here. I mean, the one thing that I always find very interesting is just how these pre-order windows were never truly windows at all. They were just, we were told that we're going to have a window to pre-order this here. If you don't get it, you know, you're SOL. But you can still get the Batman on Kick Chen's channel, on Kick Chen's website today, literally today. And it's just like, that's been out there for a long time. And obviously buy it. Kick Chen's a great guy. But as far as, I don't have a code for you, I'm sorry. But as far as like,
Sneaker does.
yeah, I'll ask. But Anyway.
Evil.
Oh,
Evil
wait.
Zaddy.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Evil.
Yeah, you have one, right?
What?
Dude,
Oh,
focus.
do I have a code? Do I have a code?
Yeah,
Is
do
it
you
easy?
have
I
a
got
code?
you. I got you covered.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading
Good
something.
lord.
For 1/6 kit?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, yeah. You can use code SNEAKER, all caps.
Jeez, sneaker. My eyes
For
are
$10
up
off,
here,
your
man.
order.
What the
I'm pretty sure $100 or more,
Jeez.
but there you go.
hell? Do I have to
I
talk
got it.
like
Put it
this?
in the chat.
One time
Mesmerized?
use code. I'm sorry. I'm reading all these chat messages.
No, what was it? But my
This is not true. This is not it.
yes, yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes.
Can you change it to that?
Too funny, too funny there. But no, I mean we were supposed to get a window
I'm
for
not
this stuff.
asking.
Oh, I got
Can you change my code to
I
Evil
can't work
Zed?
on these conditions. I can't work
kind
on
of
these
a thing
conditions
now.
here. Jeez.
Good lord, man.
I don't know, man, but like I'm just saying, like it's just weird because I mean we're supposed to get windows and these things are still open. I'm wondering again. I don't know nothing. I don't know. This is just an educated guess. Just kind of watching it from the sidelines here. I mean, I'm wondering if they're hemorrhaging money on this stuff here. I mean, yeah, they're backed by Queen Studio, but I mean, they're gonna have a budget. They're not gonna have a blank check to just get this started. This is a startup, so you know a lot rided on the first figure. They overproduced. We all know that. Pennywise, they didn't make a dent. Gandalf, they didn't do enough. Now Batman's still there. You got to wonder. Just honestly speaking, is it possible that hey, this really is? There's more to what John's saying there than just lip service. That is it make or break deal? Maybe it is really a make or break year for them. I mean, because you're trying to produce premium figures in this economy where people are trying real hard not to freaking spend that much money, and then you're coming out with $1,000 2-packs and all the other crazy. I mean, it's a tough sell. It's a tough sell to get people to buy into, other than diehard people. And I'm not sure if you can really grow with just the diehards. You got to get some of the casuals to buy stuff as well too. So
Good point.
it just makes you kind of wonder like what their game plan. I think you guys should hire me, John. If you're hiring me, if you're listening, dude, I'll consult on the weekends. I think you guys need some help.
Great
I'm afraid to
Great
look. I'm
conversation.
afraid to look. Like I see the notifications, but I don't want to look at it right now. Boys are crazy. Does anybody have anything else to add?
I'm
to
just
this,
going
or-
through the comments here.
Pull him
Well-
up. Pull him up.
No, man. It's good. Hopefully,
Luke wants to
hopefully,
know why you don't have a code, DLO.
Why don't I have a code?
You have a code.
You want to know, honest, the truth? That the question here. I'm lazy. I'm just gonna flat out say it. I'm lazy. I could totally be doing what these guys are doing, and I see them putting out content. You should definitely be following them and watching their stuff, by the way. But man,
People
I-
literally reach out to DLO, and he's just
I do.
like,
I get it, and I feel bad because I know I should be doing more, but I must seriously. I know I must have ADD because yesterday, I'll give you guys an example of how my creative process here. I'm sitting down, I'm recording, I just got the Batman, I'm doing a little work there, and I see something wrong with a figure in my display, and I pick it up. I'm like, oh, well, let me fix that real quick. Then I put them back, and I see the figure next to it, like, well, now that one looks bad. So then I start pulling out the accessory boxes, and then and before you know it, I'm sending these guys a photo of my completely redesigned case. I did ask them what they think. And I look at my clock, it's time to go to bed. True story. So
Good night,
I'll
DLO.
get better. I'll get better at this here. But if I do a promo code one day in the future, what would you guys want it to be? What would my promo code be? I don't have anything clever.
Here's the deal.
That's too long.
DLO deal.
Oh.
DLO deal.
DLO. DEALO.
Someone put something in chat in the comments. I'm curious.
DLOW. DLO.
DLO.
No,
Okay.
DLO.
How about-
DEALO.
Ooh, I like
How about
that.
what-
DLO.
Low deal.
More like
Daddy DLO.
DEALO. DLO. So yeah, I like that one, Graham. Ooh,
You got to
No.
put it like you
way
got
to
to
go,
put it like
Quesos.
this.
I like
though.
that one. Daddy
gotta-
D-Lo.
You got to put it like this.
I like that. Nope.
You got to
So-
put it like this.
Zaddy
DLO.
Yeah, DLO.
Jeez. Two good options. Put a poll up. Should it be Zaddy D-Lo or Daddy D-Lo? Let you guys decide.
God.
You're the ones who got to punch the code in, not me, so I don't care.
All right.
Oh, good
I'm
stuff.
gonna start
We'll
Graham,
see.
Graham, reel it in. This is your show. This is
Yeah,
your channel.
control this here.
Oh, I forgot we were even live. Or we're just hanging out here. What would DLO's?
Oh, we're really going here. We're really going.
Might as
there?
well.
Okay.
Screw it.
Can I? I'm just.
The
While you do
people
that,
wanna
I'm
know.
gonna read.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
end
gonna
with
read Austin's comment. Would it come to a point where Queen sees them as a liability? I'm rooting for them, but I wouldn't be surprised. So my understanding is that InArt is Queen Studios' brand. So like it's their collectible brand InArt for 6 scale figures. So like Queen Studios is InArt. Is my interpretation of it. You know what I mean? So I mean I don't think they'll see them as a liability because I think they're kind of like my thought is like they're the same company. So what they would do is probably just like if it wasn't working out, they would just scrap it. That would be what would happen, you know.
Yeah. Which in that case,
And
all
Queen
your
Studios-
figures would be a lot more valuable.
It would all be grails. And
Mhm.
Queen Studios would still be Queen Studios. They're not going to go under from that. You know, they make some crazy stuff. Got 1-to-1 scale Iron Mans and stuff or whatever.
right.
Yeah, they'll be safe, but they'll
They'll be
cut.
fine.
They'll cut the whole InArt project
Yeah.
for sure.
Can I ask a really rookie question?
You're not a rookie.
That's up-
You
that's
went
up
through
to
the
you.
entire history of Hot Toys. You know more than
This is
me
with
now.
InArt. This is with InArt.
Oh,
How come-
okay,
oh,
sure.
yeah,
Queen
yeah.
Studios
You can
can
ask
have
InArt
the
veteran. Go
license-
ahead.
How come Queen Studios can have the license for certain things, but InArt does not, even though they're kind of like run by the same
I think it's because it's a different product. Like
It's
it's your
different
marketing.
scale.
size?
Yeah, it's a different
okay,
scale.
okay.
Different
yeah,
scale.
I think like a
They own the
1/3
rights to, like, a
statue would be
1/1
different than
statue and all that, but not like
I would
okay.
think. That'd be my guess. I don't know. I have no idea, but that'd be my guess. Scales.
It is scales.
Cool.
Yep. Like everybody in
Because
the
they have
chat.
to
scales.
approve. Because like I feel like different scales too have different likenesses, so they have to approve the likeness per scale, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
You would think though, because Queen Studios is so well known, that it'd be easier for them to get these licenses. You know what I mean? For the 1/6 scale.
Well, I mean, they're known to us in the community here, but I mean, they don't have. If I'm not mistaken, they don't have U.S. distribution.
Right.
Correct? They're not.
Correct.
It's not like a sideshow statue or. Heck,
So
I
Queen
don't even think.
Studios doesn't either.
I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
let's just pull up sideshow real quick. Sideshow
I
tells us.
thought
the
you could
answer.
get Queen stuff on Sideshow.
Yeah,
Let's find out.
Actually, I think you can.
I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'll
I'm pretty
check.
sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can get statues.
You guys can probably tell I'm not a statue guy, so I really am not the right one to answer that question. But
I don't know.
I mean,
Keep
Yeah, I thought
voting.
you could get.
two in
I
the
thought you
poll,
could get
guys.
1-to-1 busts and stuff.
I'm only brave enough to ask these questions because I know there's got to be somebody out there that's wondering the same thing.
Yeah, you can. So look at this Venom life-size bust, $1,500 by Queen Studios.
Mm.
That's one thing. There's a bunch of stuff on here.
that's one Joker 4-pack.
There you go. So here you go. A Thor life-size bust from Infinity War, $4,240.
Diddy low. I like that.
So in it, over like I feel like
I
like
don't
InArt
like
is
that.
almost like low
No Diddy.
risk.
No Diddy there, bro.
Not no mo.
Damn, that's
Diddy.
up.
Man.
Damn, Cairo did me dirty. No Diddy. Should probably put that in there, just full disclosure. Here, hold on. Submitted.
Oh, the ends of these shows just get to be something else. Yeah. Is Sneaker doing something? Are we supposed to wait for him or?
No,
Show us something.
Oh, all right.
nope.
I'm gonna end this poll. Let's see what will be DLO's code when he gets his first code here. And the poll. Drum roll, please. 12 votes. Come on.
It's late. People getting tired.
DLO got 50%. Daddy DLO got 41%, and Zaddy Daddy only got 8%. So
I think D-Lo was pretty good.
yeah,
I like
Would
that
be
one,
good
anyways.
yeah.
I don't know if anybody's brave enough to use a Daddy D-Lo code.
16 GJ says I'm not putting a code in 16 kit with the word dad.
I swear this show, once we hit like 10:45, 11 o'clock Central Time, the show tone just changes.
It goes off the rails.
Completely off.
drastically.
Yeah.
We had the best intentions, guys. I swear.
We start so well and professional, and then yeah, you just never know where we're going to talk about.
Now
Although
we're
we
down
did
to
start
no
with
Diddy.
fries and ranch tonight, so yeah, these are the delirious hours, that's for sure. Speaking of which, I think we are going to call it a night. Some of us have to work tomorrow. Does anybody want to plug their channels, or should we just call it quits?
Unplug my channel.
Plug.
All right, so yeah, basic. Oh, hey. DLO said it. I came out with a history video, pretty much naming the best announcements every year since Hot Toys been around. So 2005 to 2024 came out a couple days ago. So go check that out if you haven't. It's a lot of fun. You also learn a lot. Also got the Bugle 6. Next episode is Monday. We've got Low-Key Collector and Aaron Collectibles, and of course Flavio. We got a lot of good guests coming in the future too, like Hotline, P-Rock. We've got Collecting Madness coming. We got DLO coming. We got a lot of good How You Figure. Man, just a lot of people coming on that show. That's every other week, every other Monday. So every first and third Monday of the month at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So a lot of good games, a lot of good fun. But yeah, Brick Artemis. Thank you for the full screen. Bitches.
How about you, Sneaker?
Okay, what do I got? I just dropped my Hot Toys, the Batman and Bat Signal review on my channel. Go check that out if you're interested in that figure. I'm streaming on Friday on my channel, 7:45 p.m. Central, with How You Figure for another episode of Sneak Peek. We're talking about a bunch of stuff, so that'll be fun. And then I just want to, say something real quick about some figures that are available on Underground Figures. There's a RoboCop sitting on this website to get. Like, there's some stuff that has been long sold out. There's a RoboCop. There's a Tobey Maguire, both versions, like the standard and the deluxe. There's a Mark III on here. The Bat Cycle's on here. There's still a deluxe Batman, like, on the website. So I don't know why, like, these, I'm guessing there's like maybe one or two left, but it's just crazy. So if anybody's looking for some of those, like, harder to find weightless figures, go check out Underground Figures.
Are they in stock, Steve, right now?
I think they're pre-orders, but a lot of them have like RoboCop estimated ship date April 15th. So a lot of them are some of them say like April because he doesn't have an exact date, but then like some of them are like the Bat Cycle, April 18th. So it's got some listed on there. So if you're looking for some of those, like I said, harder to find ones, yeah, they're there. They're there for the taking. I've seen these go for like higher price in buy sell trade. So go check it out. Oh, I'm still full screen. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good plug.
Jedi
I was
Watch.
supposed to be on your
Can you take
stream
me
on
off full
Friday
screen now,
night,
jabroni?
and
Take me
I
off
couldn't
full
make
screen.
it, and then I never got back on. So it is what it is.
Gross.
All right, D'Lo.
Yep.
Well, I did. Okay.
Yep. So for me, still working on videos. Almost done with the Cobb Vanth here, so I have off tomorrow.
Yes.
So I'll finish that up here real fast.
Thank you, Daddy.
I'm going to. You're very welcome. You are very welcome.
Who said that?
I don't know. Sounded like the voice of an angel. But so I just got my D Batman in, so I'm very excited about that. So I'm gonna push some videos back because I want to talk about the Batman a lot sooner, just because it's been a hot topic in the community between this one and the InArt one, etc. But also I'm going to do something else. I'm kind of excited about this year. I tend to like to modify my figures if I can find something that's easy enough to do, something that's absolutely reversible, and something that it's easy to kind of show other people. So what I'm going to do is I've ordered the Art Customs 15 collar upgrade for the Batman, and I've seen a couple of people do some modifications on theirs to kind of work out the proportions and make it a little bit more accurate to film. And I'm going to do it myself, and I'm going to put out a tutorial video on how I did it. So I'll do a review first, and then once I've done the review stock so everybody can see it, I'll go ahead and do the custom one. So I'm going to push back my my Joker video I had there and push this one up. So Cobb Vanth coming this week for sure. After that, I'm going to start working on some Batman stuff.
Very good. Very good.
Put in code DLO, and there's nothing will be there. But soon, one day.
If you haven't subscribed and followed these fine gentlemen on IG and YouTube, be sure that you do so. Make sure you subscribe to the Jedi Knights Watch as well. I have a video probably coming out Friday. Don't know what it's going to be about yet, but you should watch it because it'll be great no matter what it's about. Wolfpack Wednesdays every Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern. And I think that's about it. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the week. Be sure to tune into Sneakers stream Friday and then Bricks on Monday so that we can all keep hanging out and stay in touch. Till next time, stay safe out there and
Say a brick.
we'll see you soon.
Say a brick.
Keep breaking, motherfuckers.
Aw, shit. Too sweet.
Hey, you just went zatified.